Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, look.
I was waiting for the yellow. How is everyone doing? So it looks like X-Ray is no longer with the curtain background. We have a new. It's like a
I wondered
Pokemon.
where that was going. I thought you were going to go. It looks like X-Ray is no longer with us. I'm like, sorry.
I'm dead.
Be like,
Yeah, it was the way you were.
Well, okay, so I just had dinner. It was my brother's birthday, and so we went out and we were driving back, and there's like 6 fire trucks just down the area. So we had to like park a little bit and walk to the house because the trucks were blocking the way. So I don't know what's going on, why they needed 6 fire trucks, but my niece got to go in a fire truck, and I've never been jealous of my niece before.
Aw, she got to go in a fire truck. That's cute.
I'm like, she got a sticker. I'm like, wow.
Aw,
I have seen a video of this fire truck was going past, and this child was really excited by the side of the road. So they stopped and they got like their hose and they filled up like her toy for her and then drove off. And I think they left her with a hat, and you could just see like someone from the house filming it all. It is nice when they do the kind of
it's so sweet because I mean, like,
hearts and minds kind of thing. Yeah,
I think out of all like the 3 emergency services, the firemen are like the nicest.
They are. I had a friend who it was.
I think it's because they meet you though at less deadly scenarios.
Yeah, that's
so you're
true.
never going to meet a paramedic in a good scenario. But
Or
firemen can be like, we're saving cats. I think they just have more opportunity for propaganda.
Probably. And kids really do. It's like a big red truck. I remember I had a friend who lived across the street from a fire truck, and she had a son, or a fire station. Sorry. And every time they pulled out, he would run to the window and just be like, "The fire trucks are out." And she used to bring him over. They knew who he was. He used to be able to do that, like sit in there. He was like, "I'm going to be a firefighter when I'm older." But I feel like a lot of little boys say that it's firefighter and astronaut,
police
I think,
officers.
and police officer. Those are like the top 3. What did you
Turns
want to
out
be
it'd
when
just
you were a
been like-
youngin'?
No, you made that kid sound like an arsonist. Every time the fire brigade came past, it's like, why do the fire brigade keep visiting this house across the road? That's really strange.
No. What did you want to be when you were a youngin', Disparu?
I cannot even remember.
I wanted to be a fashion designer, but I can't draw, so that dream got squashed.
You don't have to draw well, just have good ideas and be able to execute them.
Maybe one day, chat.
There still is time.
There's still time. Well, Disparu's thinking, do you know X-ray?
I can't remember
an
at all.
X-ray tech?
Teacher. Absolutely wanted to be a teacher. And then I realized how much I don't like children in groups. I like children individually or like in groups of 4 or less. But any more than that, hell no.
Yeah, I just despise cats. That's why I didn't go into it. It's like helping people. No, I would like to fry a bit of it.
But I think a lot of kids these days, they don't want to be like things like firemen, police officers. They're like, I want to be a YouTuber or a streamer.
I think it used to be like astronaut and things is what people used to go for all the time. And now it's influencer, essentially, is what they say. This is why everything's failing.
There were astronauts literally in space yesterday. So there might be some kids that are influenced by that. Again, I think that it might. You never know. It might make a comeback. Especially
with the Artemis stuff and everything going on. You know what? That's a perfect segue for a fun little start here. This is so like silly, but I still found it very funny. Ryan Gosling talking in Gen Z slang is hilarious.
That's so funny. And cringe.
You've been chosen to pilot the Hail Mary mission.
You capping?
No cap.
No cap?
No cap.
This hit's different.
This is your save the planet era, bro.
I just don't know if I can slay this mission.
If you don't, Earth is cooked.
I'm just low-key panicking inside. If I do this and I don't slay, it's a historic L.
But if you do, massive double.
Looks like he's gonna throw up.
No, it's like, is it weird that I know all of this?
No, I'm
Like,
not.
you just
I'm
heard
not
it.
surprised.
No,
You
but
hear it
most of this
everywhere.
isn't even Gen Z slang. Most of this is just Twitch chat.
That's Gen Z.
That might be Gen Z.
Well,
Yeah.
like Cap and everything
no cap.
came. Well, no, but Twitch had Kappa, and that turned into Cap, and so I think that came from Twitch.
Does Kappa mean lie? Because no, Cap means like if you're capping, it
No,
means lying.
Kappa is an emote, but it used to be. No, cap used to mean seriously. But this is what I mean. I think this slang goes back way before Gen Z. I thought Gen Z would be more like maxing, or is that now Gen Alpha?
No, I don't know. You
I-
got me.
Looks maxing and mogging, because that's all
Like
clavicular.
Massive
and he's like
Al,
in his early 20s.
Huge dub, all that kind of stuff was around
That's gaming talk, right?
ages ago. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, well, even the maxing and stuff comes from like gaming, I suppose.
Mhm.
But it's
You're him.
It's almost
Math
done.
ain't mathin'. You caught me lacking. Why me?
Well, the selectors are pretty based, and they said you passed the vibe check.
The vibe check.
Giving.
Oh
You got
god.
this, Kate. Remember,
I don't know that one.
don't be mid.
Bet. I'm gonna eat and leave no crumbs.
Full main character energy.
Full main character energy.
Broski.
That's
see now
it.
some of those, the last ones towards the end, were a bit more zoomery. Main
Oh,
character
Drew
energy,
knows this.
vibes. They were later ones.
Yes.
They don't even know the generations. At some point, though, we are going to have to stop saying Zoomers, because Zoomers are like 30.
Oh god, they're gonna be old soon.
Yeah, it's like Zoomers are not
Are
the
they
kids
though?
that we like reference them as. What is the
Wow.
Zoomers generation age?
I think like Zoomers end like mid 20s, maybe early 20s. Because I think like
Zoomers range from 14 to 29.
That's
Okay.
a huge range. Like,
that is.
It always is. Like, because it's meant to be like a generation. So it's like 15, 20 years or something. But if you want to talk about kids now, like school children, you are talking Gen Alpha. Which is weird, considering a lot of them are betas. Could you imagine being Generation Beta, though? That's gonna be a good 15 years.
is that
I
what's
want Gen
next?
Beta to, I want Gen Beta to be the most base generation, just for lulz.
I
want
think
to
they
hear
might
it.
be.
I want a history book where
I
it's
feel
like
like-
Gen Beta were alphas.
Like I feel like Alpha is like the start of like they're tired of like the partial millennial, and then Gen Z just like softness, and they're like tired of all the emotions and everything, and they're gonna be like tougher. And I just feel like it's gonna, maybe it only goes up from there. I hope. We'll see. Fetty Gator, thank you for becoming a member. And Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for the 20 pounds for the Mama Virtue Fund. Thank you so much, Mongoose. And Nerf Herder for 50, Drive Mama from New York Fund, of course. Thank you guys so much. And I don't know what topic we want to go into first. Do you have any dad jokes?
I
I
have.
know just Drew had something. I'm
This
like, wait,
is-
before I start, I
this
have to
is
let this get it out.
the most disgusting thing I've ever opened a stream with.
Squeeze me.
And I don't know whether everyone else will have the same reaction to it that I did.
I'm like
'Cause at first,
waiting. I'm waiting.
I'm like, this is actually quite beautiful. And then the more I found out about it, the worse it got.
Oh, yeah.
So this,
Oh, I saw that. Ugh.
without the description, I started off and I thought it was mechanical. So I'm like, that's actually quite nice because it's all like turning, it looks like gears a bit, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But it turns out this is a Japanese ballpoint pen which has oils in it and real parasites. And I'm like, this is weird now. Immediately got disgusted when I realized that those are worms that are spinning around in there. And it says it seeks to transform repulsion towards the parasite into art. Now, I could actually understand if it wasn't parasites, where that'd be art. But I don't want you want to
It's so
normalize parasites. That's weird.
Like, wouldn't vaping them be dangerous for them too? Wouldn't it
No, it's a
kill them?
ballpoint pen, as in a writing pen.
No. Well, okay.
I
No
like
one's
the-
vaping
Wouldn't they
parasites.
die in there
That'd be
eventually?
weird.
Somebody quote tweeted it, and they're like, "This is the kind of crap a Resident Evil villain carries around and then stabs
Oh.
themselves with it before transforming into a giant meat blob with lots of eyes to shoot at."
Oh no, I have the perfect quote tweet.
Oh no, which one?
Making your parasites into pens is probably better than letting them be journalists and actors.
What kind? Did
No,
they say what kind of
Ian.
parasite it is? Oh, anisakis.
What is
No,
that?
that's the pen manufacturer, I believe.
It says a parasitic worm underneath it.
Oh,
in brackets,
okay.
Anisakis.
Oh, yeah, because it says the Japanese ballpoint pen Anisaki's is a... Oh, I think that's probably the name of the pen and the parasite, yeah.
Oh. Okay,
But,
so searching it, it's a parasitic nematodes that have life cycles involving fish and marine animals. They're infective to humans and cause anisakiasis.
They survive, apparently, for 30 days inside the pen. And the pen's really expensive, so I don't know what you have to do after 30 days.
Just
if
put
you
it
want that to
inside you so that they can survive, okay?
Yes, he wouldn't want to be mean to the parasites. It was just the
No.
end. Seeks to transform repulsion into art, and I'm like, no, let's not normalize parasites. We've got enough problems at the moment.
Wait,
there was the
go ahead.
other thing this week. Big Nut came after me again.
Oh
I
my
saw-
god, the
I
nuts
saw a
are always
sign.
after uwu.
Listen, he's pulling me over to that side. I saw a sign about like nuts for sale, and it was like weird. I wish I would have taken a picture of it, and I was like, "This Drew's right." And I like looked around. I'm like, "They're everywhere."
Nuts
Oh,
haven't
the-
come after me yet.
No,
You're
the
welcome.
weird thing is, I'm not the only one that's realised that Big Nut is a thing. There are other people that now think this is a conspiracy of some kind to get the Japanese. Because you remember, do you know KFC is actually eaten at Christmas in Japan? And
That
it was
is so
all a bit. It
strange.
was
I bet you
literally.
it's way healthier in Japan than it is in America, though. It's probably very good.
Well, it's still fried
you.
chicken and stuff, but it's like I don't know how healthy you can make frying chicken in oil. But that's actually like genuinely a scam. They were propagandized into it because they told the Japanese that the Americans it was a Christmas tradition. So they were imitating Americans, and they huge media campaign to tell them that Americans ate KFC at Christmas. So they just started doing it as a tradition
how it
that
starts.
didn't exist.
That's
Yeah.
how
So it was a
It-
troll.
It, well,
did it.
no, well, it was
Conspiracy.
It was marketing by KFC. It's a bit like wedding rings.
De Beers.
Diamonds are essentially a product without a purpose, and diamonds are not rare. But the way they got them to be desirable is by telling women that, well, if a man really loves you, we'll get you a diamond. And so now everyone uses diamonds, and it's basically a huge scam. But this came from Big Nut earlier, and the Japanese are onto them.
Every time he says it so seriously too. Big nuts.
Yeah. So the
biggest
Japanese are
nut.
like, it's the American way of drinking, they say. Then Americans were like, that's not famous. It's just a drinking style from the South. Apparently, it's not even that famous as a Southern drink. And then Americans were like, wait, what is this Japanese drink that we're seeing? Now we're going to imitate it. And the Americans are imitating the Japanese or imitating the Americans.
So it's
and
like
it doesn't
a
exist.
cycle of imitation.
I still want to try that drink though. We
I
forgot. We were supposed
didn't
to
get
get
it.
stuff.
I've asked loads of Americans, and they do not know that this drink exists, even though it's American. This has come out of nowhere, and I genuinely think this is a conspiracy from
See-
Coke and Big Nut.
That looks weird. And if you're gonna do it, put it in a glass.
Yeah, don't put it in a bottle. Look a
Yeah,
little
be
classier
civilized.
than that.
Have some class.
Look, if
Yeah.
it had come from England, that's the way it would have been. But that's like we've got to keep it authentically American. There has been a
Wow, this brew.
look. I do not judge the colonies.
Except you do.
There was. I do not publicly inform the colonies that I judge the colonies. But
Gotta
the
be
Japanese
careful,
very
okay?
quickly went, if you're going to do this, it needs to be in a glass bottle. And so
Well, there
the
you go.
Japanese
And you gotta
already
put the
started
pinky out.
improving it. They're
You
like,
gotta
have
put
some
your pinky-
class.
Take a sip. Make it classy.
You know, it's like a beer. A beer tastes different in a can, in a glass, in the bottle.
It's true.
Yeah, but that's because it's actually essentially the contents is taking on the flavor of the thing. So if you could eat from gold cutlery, your food would taste better. They've done this with cream. Cream tastes creamier on gold cutlery than this. With the reason we use stainless steel is because it's the cheapest thing that is the closest to gold. Because the less reactive the thing, the less flavor it takes on. And so Coke tastes like plastic in a can because it's sitting in plastic. Whereas in glass, it tastes nicer because you're not tasting plastic. So baked beans over here, they add tin flavoring to it. Because when it was
You talked about this. Yeah.
yeah, when it was in tins before, it would be reactive. And so when they put it into like a normal can and the tin wasn't there, but like, you've changed the flavor, it's disgusting. So now it tastes metallic deliberately.
So what I'm hearing is I need to try cream with gold
Gold is entirely unreactive, so you actually taste the food. This is why if you ever eat like caviar at a posh restaurant, they give you like a mother of pearl thing because it's flavor neutral.
I am
You actually get to taste
do
the caviar.
not do that, Nerf herder. That is insane.
Yeah, not trying to skip, but I actually just watched a video. It was a compilation of like silly moments,
Just
right?
peanuts go up
And
your nose.
this girl put Mentos in. It's like a child in her like 20-ounce soda, and
It's a
she went to like
challenge.
drink it, and then it went through
No.
her nose.
Yeah, the Mentos challenge. There's loads of videos like that. Same was it cumin? They would do, or I don't know, like a ginger powder stuff. One of them, but they basically a huge spoon and just put it in your mouth, see if you can eat it, and you can't. And then they just spew it everywhere, and you just like steamed up pink like ginger dust go everywhere.
Like, okay, when you get gold cutlery, like what kind of carat gold do you have to get at that rate? Like, it's gonna be so expensive. Just thought of that.
Well, that's why no one has gold
It's
cutlery.
bougie.
That's the entire point of it. So stainless steel is almost unreactive, but it still reacts a bit, so it still taints the flavor a bit. But this is why the really posh glasses have like gold lips and stuff.
Rims.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, this is something that Disparu has been trying to tell us for a while now, and
Oh, no.
I guess
Have
maybe
the nuts
sometimes
got to you.
I
no, but
nuts have not gotten to me, thank God.
So Brad Winderbaum says She-Hulk Attorney at Law is one of the Marvel Studios best performing shows. It just hit the general audience, and the general audience is
No, it's
Disparu.
true.
Right.
I think a lot of this says how bad the rest of them did. It was
Yeah.
also one of the earlier seasons, and so it benefited from people not learning the quality of the seasons before it came out.
Yeah.
But this has always been the case that they were like, no, it did really well, but Tatiana Maslany keeps insulting our CEO, and so we can't have her back as a second run.
I love how they make her hair all like, a nice blowout and
beautiful,
and
Yeah.
then like she's just like that normally.
Well,
Nothing wrong
okay,
with having
it's
that
not-
style hair, but it's just such a stark difference.
It's like beach blowout versus like curl natural.
Yeah.
But it's much shorter as well, so they
And
actually
this length, yeah.
they ironically made She-Hulk the CGI
Hotter.
more feminine than the actual person. It's kind of wild.
To be honest, the last two shows that I've watched between this and Starfleet, I'm like, I used to like her. I don't think I like her anymore as an actress. I don't know.
I didn't watch
But-
this.
She was all in, even at the time, on like, we're attacking the fans. They were sending comments about the show to each other going, they'll never know that in 3 weeks we've already put that in the show to insult them. And there was a comment, because I went back and looked at some of the old comments for the video about it, and it was something like, well, actually, we've put the audience in a position where if they disagree with us, they agree with this guy in the show, and that's instantly humiliating. And it's like, you don't know the audience at all. It's like, just because you dislike the guy does not mean they will.
True. Well, what could have been, Disparu, am I right?
Look, all I'm saying, sometimes you're just right. Everyone else hated the show. I always had faith. And
Well,
it turns
okay.
out
He bought merch.
Out of all the like
bought
the
every
Marvel
t-shirt that they had.
TV shows, I think She-Hulk was still entertaining, even if it was bad. Like I found it funny, even though they didn't mean it to be funny, but it was funny.
It was an incredibly dense show because it was like 22 minutes, but every line was another point. And so you couldn't physically get bored watching it because you were already on to the next thing or the next joke or whether you found it funny or not.
Whereas like Ironheart and Echo were probably like the two shows I hated the most. Now the Scarlet Witch show, what was it called again? It started off really well, but then
WandaVision.
WandaVision. It just
I kept thinking of Agatha.
We're back.
We've zoomed in. This is an important point, everybody.
I hated that show.
I hated that show.
But as soon as they got out of the TV world, I wasn't into it. I thought it would be more groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Or it could have still been groundbreaking, but the reasons behind her having that psychosis just wasn't good.
I didn't like that. It was like I loved what they did because they made it every sitcom that they were like imitating. They did a good job with it, like Dick Van Dyke and Modern Family and stuff. And I loved it. I was like,
It's
okay,
adorable.
this is great. And then exactly what you said when it went to the real life, I was like, okay,
Yeah, but
it's arguably, I will say, out of all the shows, because of how good the beginning of that one was, it probably is ranked higher for me, but it's a very low bar. I didn't watch She-Hulk. I watched the first season of Daredevil, and my favorite episode was the freaking bank episode. And but like,
I watched the second season.
I haven't watched it yet, and everyone's like,
just the same as the first. If you didn't like
Yeah.
the first, it's like just more of the same, more same pace, more same problems. Nothing's changed.
How unfortunate.
This is why when they're like,
Charlie
we did not.
Cox is a great actor. So unfortunate.
That was that was a strange time to pause. I like Cox. Sorry.
I said Charlie Cox is a great actor.
It didn't say Charlie.
Me too.
There was a pause in the middle. I was like, oh no, that was a really fun time to pause.
He is
But the thing is, when people are like, it's a very common comment about the show that they really like the originals, where it was in different styles every week and it went through different like time periods of television. But that's one of the times that Disney actually listened to the audience. They took that feedback on board. The creator did. Then she went and did Agatha. And Agatha was specifically set up like that the entire way through the show. Every episode, she goes to a different house, or she's in a different environment, and it takes on a different tone or impersonates a different IP. No one liked that either. And so I do wonder how much is like rose-tinted glasses, especially now you've seen, like, you're comparing it to the rest of Disney. Thinking, well, that was a good idea that they had. Was everyone really sitting there thinking, I'm really enjoying this show? Well, I suppose, but at least... First, I do wonder if we went back and watched it, whether those episodes would be the same quality as what we're
That is a good point, because I like to mention this quite a bit, but Crazy Rich Asians, I love that movie back in the day when it first came out. Rewatched it like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, this girl is so annoying. Why is he with her? Anyways,
Yeah.
It was like
that makes sense. Things are often a product of their time. And so if you watch them in like the time period or the social climate that they're meant for, it's fine. Changes, you're like, oh, this is
Yeah. I mean, it's still relatively a good movie, but now I'm just like, well, it wasn't as good as I thought it'd be.
You're critiquing it more too, like,
More stringently, because I used to watch movies and TV shows very passively, I guess. I just wanted to be entertained. And now I'm analyzing it a lot more. I'm like, what's the story about? How is it developing? Is it making sense? And at least in Crazy Rich Asians, the idea is like, well, I mean, I will give her credit where credit's due. She said she wanted this, this, and this. He wasn't able to give it to her. So then, of course, she walked away from that relationship, which is fine. But then they ended up like flipping around. She's like, oh, she's got good morals, so you should stay with her.
the passive point is that's a good point. If you want any show to go up like 3 or 4 quality points, just put it on a side monitor and do something else. And because you're only looking over, you miss all the problems in the story or anything, and you basically only see the highlights of the interesting parts. And so I think if you're watching something like Daredevil on a side monitor, you probably think it was good. Yeah.
They make everything for that reason now, though, like where it's a second thing, not like the main thing you're watching.
Well, yeah, but I disagree with Netflix's idea that you have to recap the plot and everything for that kind of thing. What I think it is it may make things easier because you think you can just have long, boring parts and no one will notice or care. I think that's the main problem.
Yeah.
Like Daredevil is just a boring show with very few highlights. But if you're only watching the highlights, you won't care about that bit. You're just killing time as it is. It's background noise. So I don't think you can actually make television for a side monitor, but I just think side monitors improve all television. It's like the way I used to watch CW
absolutely.
shows.
The only time I really watch TV shows side monitor is if I've seen it already. So,
Yeah,
it's
same.
not like I need to see every single moment. Things like Friends, The Office, and whatnot, I like to put on while I'm doing chores or like stuff in the kitchen. So,
Yeah, like background noise.
yeah. I mean, it's the next best thing to like an audiobook or a YouTube stream, for example, because I know someone in the chat
Just
says
like,
we're on the side
kitchen,
monitor. It's okay if you guys watch us on a side monitor. You don't need to see us. And then if we show something, you can watch at that point. So
No, I was laughing because I was typing something in like the YouTube side of chat so I could put an emoji, and for some reason it was delayed a little bit to where it showed X-ray zoom in. So I was cracking up because I'm typing that in there to see her face zoom in. It was behind a little bit on my browser. Anyways, I podcast, audiobooks, and then like you said, comfort shows that I've already seen. That's I like to put that on in the background. Yeah. Let me get.
Wait, you're kidnapping your mom?
No, everyone's like, does she know she's moving? Because I did that fundraiser stream to pay, which we hit the goal for sure. I can pay for my mom to move now. Yeah, but she was at work, so I haven't had a chance to call her, and she may be asleep by the time Saucy's done. So I'll just talk to her in the morning and give her the good news.
Can you imagine if she was moving her mom and hadn't asked,
and
the mom just comes back to an empty
gone.
house? It's like, no, you don't even live there anymore. What do you mean?
You're with me now.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we start a bring X-ray girl? It's not going to be that expensive. Bring X-ray girl to Buffalo to hang out with Wicked before she moves
Before
there.
I leave. We could also do. I'm just saying. I'll let X-ray pick the goal, but we could do chugs or big sips. I'm not chugging. I can't do that. But big sips.
I saw you with
You were the one that suggested it. It's like, we should do chugs. Wait, I can't do chugs.
The feet goal was okay. So this is what happened during Mario Kart on Friday.
You had a
with
feet
Jay.
goal?
And no, I did not. But Ian made a joke
Ian
about
had a feet goal?
No, listen, you're not going to be ready for this. And even
Look,
Ian,
if you donate so much, Ian won't show his feet. So
No, Jay was like, for $50, he's like, I'll show my foot. And Ian didn't believe him. And he gave him $50, and Jay put his foot up to the camera, and Ian was like, he was like cracking up. He wasn't ready for it.
I think Drunk's done that before. I don't think it's the first time.
Yeah, see, Jay had the feet goal, and then today I even said it like in stream, and Ian's like, yeah, I wasn't ready. And I think that's very
You got
telling,
flashbanged.
because Ian is used to a lot of stuff. I mean, he talks to her.
Ian's used to being surrounded by drunks that'll do anything.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Should we do a shoulder goal for Disprue? I love how I'm pimping him out right now.
Yeah, this is very strange.
Yeah. He was defeated. Oh my goodness!
I'll not show my feet for $100.
Emilio.
Yes, I did check my feet. I had to take my socks off. It's a little warm in here right now.
I still liked, there was an April Fool's that Linus Tech Tips did with OF, and they started getting requests, and one of them was, can we see Linus's feet? And there's video of it where he's just like, yeah, whatever. It's like, my feet mean nothing to me. And they had to end it because the revenue became he described it as a non-insubstantial part of our overall percent, like, intake. And like, it's getting scary now because it's getting so much money. And now he's bought a private jet, so his feet pics must do really well.
This is like third time X-Ray Girl did that.
I'm so sorry, Gary. Someone was like, is X-Ray Girl pregnant? And I put, I'm not, under Gary's.
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair,
which equals that, apparently.
Just so we clean everything up and there's no misunderstandings, Gary is also not pregnant.
That's true. We have to clarify that. You never know.
Like, this is. She's not like, oh damn, I wish I hadn't said it under Gary's because I'd be lying for it. No, Gary is also.
No, the first
hasn't been inseminated.
Was hilarious. I forgot who it was, and X-Ray was saying, "I love you" to that person, and then it was on Gary's name. She's like, "Oh wait, that wasn't me." And they're like, "No, let me have this."
See, I didn't know what happened there, so you just pulled up Gary. I thought he was in the chat.
But Gary is not pregnant. You're right.
He's not.
Yes, it's true.
Confirmed.
I know it's a disappointment to everyone. We're all looking forward to the happy day when Gary got pregnant, but it's not today.
It had to happen after Artemis came back, so we know there was an alien on that ship.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna catch up with supers and then we'll move on to some kind of topic. Hokies, thank you for being a member for 34 months. You got something?
This.
We'll let Disparu take over after this.
Just have a think to yourself. How would you get revenge on a neighbor?
Okay, chat, think amongst yourselves and we'll get there. I don't know. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waves.
Sounded scared. She's like, I don't know.
I don't know what's going to happen right now.
What did the neighbor do to you?
We'll find that out afterwards. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It just waved.
Just feel like that one.
I also liked. I thought it was going in a different way. I was doing the double name of beach. I thought you were fully going for like the insult.
Guys, can we please get a Gary pregnant with Az like meme? I really want this to happen.
I would like to see it, and if you do, let us know in chat so we can pull it up on stream.
That photo of them together, if you could just expand the picture downwards.
His belly.
Yeah.
Please.
That's the perfect picture for it.
Oh no. Monkey hate clean for 2. What's long, green, and smells like pork? Kermit's finger.
That is just
That one's good. That one's good.
Good job, Monkey. I haven't heard Disparu spit out like that ever from a
Yeah,
Just have to do a spit
it
take.
happens more often, yeah. Happens quite a bit, especially in reviews, because I've already watched it, and then sometimes I get surprised by what's been said because I forget it.
Ian, thank you for that 50 pounds. Coke are behind everything. Every time there's a weird trend, it's Coke. Remember when people suddenly start thinking red wine and Coke was a thing? It's always Coke. Forget Big Nut, Disparu, Big Coke.
Well, I think it's Big Nut and Big Coke. I think they're working together.
Together.
Like, this is not that actually wouldn't have been the first time that happens, because a lot of these, like potatoes and everything, they have a sort of a board, and it's their entire job to try and get people to eat more of that product.
Oh,
and so they do marketing campaigns and stuff.
He
and
said
Coke,
doo-doo.
it was perfectly grammatically correct. The things that they do. Like,
Sorry, I'm a child.
but but yeah, so Coca-Cola, you have to remember Coca-Cola is a household name. Their product is incredibly cheap compared to what you pay for it. And so they have huge marketing budgets, and a lot of that does go viral and stuff. do marketing.
By the way, cheers to Ian. I got Prosecco, and I should have did this when I had your super up. Thank you for everything, Ian, and here's a Prosecco sip.
Also, when Ian's talking about Coke, you don't know what he means. It could have been either.
Is it liquid or powder?
Oh, goodness. Monkey with another
It's
two.
just like I just snort syrup. He snorts the McDonald's syrup.
Are you from Japan? Because I want to get in Japanese.
Oh my god.
He's on a roll tonight with this brew.
Yeah. He's found my level, clearly.
He's found it. He found the Disparu humor.
People are saying, I'm not drinking. I'm drinking.
She's drinking. Wait, give her a minute. She'll get giggly.
I, too, only drink alcohol to prove I'm not pregnant. I've always needed an excuse, thank you.
Saw, thanks for the 5. For Mama Wicked, thieves broke into my shop and stole 30 cases of energy drinks. I just don't know how they sleep at night.
That is on the same level of someone broke into the police station and stole their toilet. The police say they have nothing to go on. That is the same level as that.
Oh my god. That's a good one. I've not heard that one.
That's a really old joke.
It is. Hi, adorable, wicked, and X-ray girl, and amazing Disparu. Why does Snoop Dogg always carry an umbrella? Faux drizzle, or maybe in case of a Lil Wayne. I like that one.
I'm really annoyed that I even get that. Like, everything I know about that man and that joke is against my will.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Zoom cam tax. Hertz for 2 for the Zoom cam. Psychotic Mongoose for £2 for the return of the Zoom tax.
I didn't know there was a Zoom tax. This is new law.
Dun, dun, dun. Jason Webster, thank you for being a member for 26 months. Nominations for the 60-second Backsang Arts Awards. Baking.
Just turns out this is like just
baking.
This is just like best Korean Bake Off. It's just their version of the show.
South Korea's most prestigious film and television award ceremony will be announced on Monday. Well, thanks, Jason, and thank you for the Australian 5. Hi to the equally beautiful and charming X-ray girl and wicked virtue and the emperor of rapier wit, Disparu. And Gringo Mayo for 5. There's a bull loose in Wisconsin. Just a heads up, guys.
For real?
Is
there a joke in there that I totally didn't get?
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm simultaneously amazed and not surprised that you two don't know what is going on in the wild land which is the internet.
I've been busy.
Well, I've been busy too.
Sorry.
The law which has dropped this week has been second to none, and there are just wars being declared across the internet.
With bulls?
Oh, does this have to do with YouTuber drama? Because I actively avoid that. I don't care.
Oh,
okay.
that's probably why. I don't care.
I don't care either, so I just avoid it. I hear little bits and pieces, but
my life is true dramatic already, so it's fine. You can have your drama. I'm just,
okay. That's why.
Don't know what's true, what isn't, but it's been a wild week, folks.
Yeah.
It's just
okay.
like strap in and strap on because you have no idea what's happening.
All I can say is, Gary is not drinking, so I do think he's pregnant. Like, actually.
He's actually not drank for a while, like many years, and so maybe he's sort of incubating an alien.
Years and years of incubation.
Yeah,
so
can you
sense.
imagine the size of the thing that's going to pop out of that? It's been in there for years. It's just massive.
There you go.
He finally gives birth to the thing that destroys the universe.
It makes so much sense.
Well, we have been on the edge of our seats to sprue. How would you get back at your neighbor, and why are you asking us this question? Chat, do you have time to think about it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's not me getting back at my neighbor. Instead, it is this. I think it's awesome. A man has been sued after playing wild ghost noises for 10 hours a day through walls after a neighbor dispute. Another resident won the case, forcing him to stop and remove his speakers.
He's like, woo.
Wait, what time does he play? Well,
it's 10 hours, right? So I imagine it is in the day.
I wouldn't care during the day, maybe. I don't know.
I think you would. I mean, if you put speakers to a wall and play something bassy, it goes straight through. My kind of my preferred thing would be, this is what I would do if I was going to do it. Wouldn't be to play it for 10 hours and make them know. I'd just be playing it occasionally. But they're just sitting there and you just play ghost noises and stop. Like, wait, what was that?
Yeah, well, you know what? I would just play very loud corn noises through the wall.
My goodness.
What are you supposed to do?
No, because they would know that was you and they would judge you for it. But in this, if you play ghost noises, they could think that they were haunted. Like, this is a way to, like, passively gaslight people. That would be my tactic. I was like, no, I want them to convince their house is haunted. I'd be playing different horror things through there. Just a woman screams randomly and they don't know where it came from.
See, I don't think I could be that petty with a neighbor. I don't care about
if you gotta do a job, do it properly.
Yeah.
Gaslighting by proxy.
Have I been petty with anyone like that? Like at that level? I don't think so.
I haven't.
It is just
I don't have the energy for that. Like, I also, you know what I mean?
I don't know what the difference is. Well, I mean, you just turned a speaker on for 10 hours, I think. But it's like, what's the difference between a ghost and a wild ghost?
Is it like a dead animal? Like a monkey? It's just a ghost monkey?
A ghost that's been unleashed. It's not in a cemetery anymore. It's just escaped into the wild.
It's not bound to one object, okay?
Wait, report shared details of the court case.
Oh, yes. Okay, I need to hear this. I actually need to hear this.
Hang on.
This
to make sure it's okay to
Oh
open.
my god, the amount of ads.
To be honest,
you've got to see the picture. The picture that they advertised.
It's so AI. Love it.
It's just a guy in a
that could be our next Halloween costume, X-Ray. We can match.
Wear
I
a
can
sheet.
do it right now if y'all want.
I got a sheet.
Oh, they're from China. They had a neighbor dispute. Known only as...
It's my cousin.
Yeah, it's almost Shu.
Gee.
And decided to scare him. Oh, it's a what is this? 2 men started playing wild ghost noises for more than 10 hours. Other neighbors ended up hearing the sounds. I wonder if they were the ones that complained. 2 floors away were also impacted by it. Measured under the legit legal limits, so police were unable to do anything. So this is one of the... You control people like, well, it's not noise pollution.
Well, if it's bassy enough, it travels to 2 stories. That's crazy.
They won the court case, promised to not play further ghostly sounds. So it was just the removal of his speakers, as if he can't buy another one.
Yeah.
There was no time frame put on how long they were played for. Could have gone on for weeks. See, this is... Because you played ghost noises, you need to make your neighbors think that they're haunted. That's the only reason to play that. Because otherwise you might as well play, like, jackhammer noises or something.
You know what else?
Something really annoying.
Connect to their TV through, like... Bluetooth and like turn it on and off, do silly things. I had friends that
Universal remote.
Yeah, well, you could do it through your phone. So this was like not when this first started, but this was like around. I had friends that lived in a house together for like college times, and my one friend figured out how to use his friend's TV in his room without him knowing, and he would put like gay stuff on and stuff, and like people would be in there hanging out, and they'd be like, "John, like, I didn't," and then they're just cracking up in the other room. Oh when I hollered, I would, because I knew what was going on. Me and like 2 of the other people knew what was going on, and it would just be like loud gay porn, and we're like, "Ew, John." He's like, "I didn't." He's like sweating, like, "I don't want. I'm not gay."
I would literally unplug my TV at that rate. Like, oh my god.
The fact that it took him so long to figure it out, it was hilarious. Actually,
I have heard of stories of people using like universal remote controls through like Windows.
yeah,
That just work with any television, and as long as you've got line of sight, it works because it's just infrared. And then, so people are like, why does my TV keep changing channel? There's just a guy outside the window.
People are so bored with their life that this is what they do. Like, I get it when you're in like university and whatnot, but I cannot imagine as a full-grown adult doing this.
No, pre-internet, people were more creative because they had to occupy their time, and so people would play pranks on each other a lot more.
I remember this was the first time. Do you guys know? I'm not going to show it because I don't think I can, but it was the He-Man, like, "Hey, what's going on?" It was like a animated video. The chat, I know most of the chat probably knows what I'm talking about, but that was the first time I seen it. And we were sitting there just all hanging out, and then the friend with the phone connected YouTube to it and decided to put that on, and we all were just crying, laughing. If you look up like He-Man, "Hey, what's going on?" You know what I mean? It's when that first dropped, it was so freaking funny.
I can't remember that at all, but
I'll put it in the private chat.
You do find the internet has changed so much. So you always hear like, well, romance is dead. And men in the past, they used to send letters to people over the case of months, and it was just like romantic letters would be exchanged between people. So yeah, because if they live a day's travel away, which would only be like an hour away in a car now, and you barely saw them, love letters and stuff were the only way you had in contact, so people were more romantic. That's entirely changed when you can just send them a text instantaneously and get a reply.
It's like Blockbuster versus Netflix, essentially. Blockbuster used to be so like fun to go to and whatnot. And now all we do is scroll. Sometimes we don't even watch a movie or a TV show.
Getting everything instantly has changed how people perceive things. So it used to be, and because people are like, that's a lie, and it probably would be in the modern sense that absence makes the heart grow fonder. Probably isn't true now, but it used to be, because you had so little anyway that you would look forward to things, whereas now everything can be instantly replaced.
You can call them, FaceTime them, you can literally see and watch their every move if you want to. You can even share your location with people. And so I think the trust aspect has become like you almost have to like monitor. You're able to monitor people, whereas back in the day, even with like your kids, I used to walk home from school. Kids don't do that these days.
Back in my day, I walked a mile in the snow.
Yeah, up and down hills and through the rain. Sorry. Something my dad said.
It is a case, it's gone from absence makes the heart grow fonder to now absence makes you think they don't care. And so everything changes. And that's just with the existence of the internet, even without apps and other kind of things. And I do think we evolve for a certain way of living, and then the internet changes it, and then everyone wonders why things stop working. And nobody really wants to think about that and adapt to the new thing. They use their old, evolved instincts to judge the new, modern, technologically advanced world, and a lot of that times that doesn't work. And I do wonder how many problems are caused by that.
If you randomly see, I feel like Disparu would be the one to do it because I put it in the private chat. If you randomly see weird faces coming from Disparu, it means he opened up what I put in the private chat, the He-Man video.
Believe me, what I've got going on my screen at the moment would already produce weird faces.
It's the gay corn.
No, it's a NASA thing.
What's up, Mo? Mike says, I miss Disparu. I miss all of y'all, but I see Disparu the least. I know.
When he says he misses me, he means he's still working on his aim.
Mike doesn't care about me anymore. He didn't say he missed me. See? Exactly. Times have changed.
That's true.
At guys drama, more YouTuber drama.
That is just a woman's ability to make everything turn into an insult about her. Do you want the red dress or the black dress? The black dress. What's wrong with the red one? It's like, that's not what I said.
Does it make me look fat?
Yeah.
Look fat. Oh.
You're welcome. Women logic.
So this... I guess this is making its rounds because The Boys just came back. I haven't watched the last 3 seasons, I think. Did you?
Yep.
So Anthony Starr says that he gets offered milk all the time when he's out in public.
That's
It
really
is fun.
funny.
It doesn't seem like
That's
it bothers
really
him because he says waiters will play it super cool and then they'll take the drinks order and go, how about you, sir? Milk? I decline the milk, but acknowledge the joke.
I think it's fair because his character obviously is obsessed. And what is he supposed to do? Well, you think I like milk? That would be way worse for him.
Well, a lot of actors do that, and I can see. Oh my god, I said doo-doo again, and I immediately thought Wicked's going to go. He said doo-doo.
I was about to say you said doo-doo.
It's grammatically correct, but the thing is, now he might be fine with it. Now he might be fine with it, but when this is happening to him in 30 years and people are still saying it, that's
Like
when you start to get
Harrison
actors go,
Ford?
I can't believe you're doing that. Yeah. This thing, you get known for something, and it is your fault. You're the one that did the role. You have to accept it as part of parcels of your life, because it doesn't matter whether you're bored with it. You should be able to appreciate why the other person thinks it's funny. You've heard it every day of your life. To them, that's the first time they've ever said it to you. They're being entirely original and creative. So I look down on actors that judge people for using the catchphrases. It's like,
Hey,
it's your fault.
Yeah.
At least it's milk and not like, I feel bad for the actor who played Joffrey Baratheon or any like villains that
He
are
retired,
universally
or-
hated.
I think he
No,
retired.
he came back. He
did?
came back for the Guinness TV show on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
That was like what, like 7, 8 years later, but like it just sucks being hated like that, and you know.
Especially
that
being so
happens-
young, he was just a kid, and it's like he was just a good actor. He did such. He's probably
he did
sometimes
the role
sometimes
good.
people that play villains, or like even an example is like in horror movies and stuff, they are so funny and so nice and down to earth. Like when I've gone to cons, the horror crowd is like really nice.
But we have there's been loads of stories actually for like so soap operas. Especially again before the internet, people were way more into soap operas because they're on every day. They'd fill a lot of time, and so people would follow the stories, and it would be part of sort of cultural heritage. So over here, Coronation Street, Emmerdale, they were massive shows. Huge swathes of the country would watch them, and there was one point where I think Deirdre Rashid, I don't even remember names, but like it was such a big part of my childhood because the parents watched it. You even remember her name? She got sent into prison. Like I think the PM at our politics were talking about the fake imprisonment of a soap opera character. But then you find out that the villains in those shows, people would send them death threats. They would send the actor death threats for what they did as an imaginary character to an imaginary character. People would like assault them or approach them in the streets like, "Why are you doing this to her?" It's like,
You want to hear something wild? And I've seen this firsthand, like on Instagram. It was kind of when I first started going on Instagram. The Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like cast, they get hate. Some of them for like, okay, the girl who came and took over the Pink Ranger role for the last like 2 episodes, she gets hate because she ended up dating Tommy, and it's like these are fictional characters from a children's TV show. Like,
oh, that's the shipping crowd. They're always
but that's-
lunatics.
We don't like the shipping crowd out there.
Oh no, we don't. But that is like insane because it's like this show was from the 90s, and you're sitting here attacking a very sweet actress. She actually is very sweet. Because she took a role after Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Ranger, left, and they ended up putting her in a relationship with Tommy. And like people like actually will go on her in her comment section and just like send so much hate. And I'm like, this is a whole nother level of like delusional. They're fictional characters. What?
They also would like to
it's
be that
wild.
character dating that person, so they're taking out their jealousy on them.
They see themselves
that's
as
what-
Kimberly, so Kat can kick rocks.
That's what shipping is. Shipping is either your fantasy fetish kind of thing, or you putting yourself in the role and who you would like to date. And so if they don't do that, now it seems like a personal attack, and so you react as if it's a personal attack. Though I saw something on Twitter earlier, and like it was someone conflating shipping and romance in movies. No, those are two entirely separate topics with different motivations. I don't even think shipping is romantic. It is more of a sort of a base thing, which is why it gets a more like base animalistic reaction to things. If romance doesn't work out, you might be sad, but if shipping doesn't work out, they get aggressive.
Yes.
So weird.
Yeah.
It is. Because it's like, it's not about like you caring who, like, okay, say actors date in real life and then things don't work out. That's even worse. People like freak out over that. Like, okay, I'm not like the biggest Justin Bieber fan or Selena Gomez or any of that, but I know a little bit of that, right? Because they dated when they were young, and now he's married to Hailey Bieber, and people go crazy over that. And it's like, dude, they're like married. They're both married to different people. Apparently, they had like an extremely toxic relationship. Like, why are you promoting this toxic relationship when they got out of it and got into better relationships? Because you can't like stand not seeing them together. It's so weird. That's even worse. And same thing with like Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams. Everyone loved them together because of their chemistry in The Notebook. And now like people are still upset about it. And he's married, right? What's her name that he's married to now? I can't remember.
Ryan Gosling is Eva Mendes?
Yeah, Eva Mendes. And they've been together for a really long time, and people are still like hung up and making like fan edits of him and Rachel. And it's like, man, hobbies that don't involve other people's lives, get one.
That's got to be weird with AI, right? Now, because I've seen some things where people are putting themselves into sort of birthing photos and stuff of
like,
celebrities.
Oh my god, that was so weird.
Steve from Stranger Things, remember that?
I thought that was
yeah,
real.
that's the one. Yeah, it's like because I didn't know who was who. Because I don't know anything about his relationship.
Do you want to be one of our little?
Like, I didn't even know which one was the AI one.
It was so weird.
They're so realistic now. I can admit, you come across those photos, like I don't even know who you are. That is because I think a lot of the shipping stuff it's more personally invested in, and so they get more personally aggroed by it. But it also stays around longer. Probably feels more real to them as well. Like to them,
it's a delusion.
Yeah, it's kind of like parasocial to the point where they don't realize the difference between reality and fiction because they feel the same ways anyway, which I always thought is interesting that, yeah, you're watching a movie, but as far as your body's concerned, all the hormones, all the reactions, it's real. You've gone through that thing. I think that's actually one of the benefits of stories. It allows you to essentially simulate an environment and learn lessons from a situation that never happened. So you get to gain the knowledge from a situation without going through the danger that it would take. I think that's why we like stories and why we tell stories to people is to teach people essentially like the benefits of war without dying in it, because the fact that we've always told stories and always relate to them means that there's some kind of evolutionary advantage to liking them in the first place, that everyone around the world all likes stories.
Well, I mean, stories used to have like a moral or teach something, especially like when you learn about like the Greek myths or the Roman myths and stuff like that. Those were like more ancient stories, but you learn things like, don't fly too close to the sun, et cetera, et cetera. And so I always find it so strange when people cannot take fiction from real. And then the fact that they don't know that these characters are not real. And then having that like, as you call it, parasocial relationship with a character that's not true to who the actor is, and then putting it on the actor themselves because they did such a good portrayal, and just so strange to me.
I think it is. It's that inability to set like. I think it's just abstraction. I think you can't, because it makes sense if you can't tell the difference between reality and fiction, then you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the actor and the character. You would have to put yourself into his place to understand that he was doing something that you didn't see on the screen. But if you only judge things from your experience, well, everything you see about that guy, you see him on the screen, you see this. So from your own experience, it's all the same. And I don't know whether that's an IQ thing or it's just that some people aren't able to do it. And especially when they get invested with emotions and stuff, everything gets confused.
It's definitely not IQ. I think it's just something strange in their brain. You can be the smartest but most delusional person ever.
It's almost like the actor for doing such a great portrayal gets like punished in a way. Like obviously they're fine. They made their money and everything, but it's like you do such a good job and then it follows you your whole life in a bad way over like insane fans. It's just how the human brain is so complex and there's stuff we'll never probably be able to figure out about it. That's why like certain things, like for me personally with some true crime stuff, I wouldn't say fascinating is the right word, but figuring out why people do some of the crimes they do, because it's like you find out, oh, well, they had this happen when they were a kid, this and that. You just like all these like deep things, not saying it's okay, definitely not, but just the human brain is fascinating. I kind of understand why people get into like the psychology and everything. I took Psych 101, but I didn't finish because it was for something that I just wasn't going to work for me, but it was very interesting.
It's always, with true crime especially, it's almost an entirely female audience. You don't find many men that watch true crime.
I know a few, but you're right, it is mostly women.
And, like, most true crime is just inflicted on women as well. I think Gary said this before. It is just like women watching people hurt other women. It's very like a strange niche as it is, but I always think that if you take it to the human's brain's really complicated. It's really hard to understand.
Yeah.
You're going the wrong direction because evolution went the other way. So there's essentially like two parts to your brain. You have the core animalistic part, and then you've got the other extended part of your brain, which kind of overrides it, but you're still controlled by the instincts. It's just that you can physically choose to ignore the instincts if you want, but you're still driven to do it. And that's why I much prefer evolutionary psychology, because I think that most things can actually be explained by very simple survival reasons. And then that just got passed through the entire human culture because it had some kind of reproductive advantage. And that explains everything from serial killers to building houses.
Now, we've had this talk before about like psychopaths and like it's in their DNA because back in like whatever age you want to put it, there was somebody in the tribe that had to go like plunder and just like,
Oh, no, that was Best Man, probably. No, psychopathic...
Well, yeah, but it still was like, we got into a talk about that. Like, not that it's okay to be psychopathic now, but like some people, it's just like in their DNA, and it has something to do with back in like the caveman times where like somebody had to be like crazy enough to go into the village and steal and kill from everyone. Not that needed to happen, but back then, I guess, in caveman
well, it did
days,
need to happen.
There was no civilization like it is now. Like,
there's a lot of instincts... with people where they're just like a matter of fact, and some people when you talk about them get like, well, what do you think? It's like, no, this isn't a preference that you're stating, this is just a reality, and it actually says more about our history as humanity than it does the people now. And it's literally because like humanity before, we live in a really comfortable time and we forget where we came from. Humanity used to be awful. Like there would be tribes wiping out other tribes, taking people as hostage, they'd become wives and everything, and that affects our psyche, and we're dealing with the outcome of that in an entirely new situation. And so I do think like it's wrong to look at the way we are and be like, you can't be like that because it's awkward in today's scenario. But at the same time, if you don't understand the instincts of people, you will always make the wrong decisions about everything, and you come up with wrong solutions because you don't understand the problem in the first place.
and I think that a big reason why a lot of men play video games and they do like,
Oh, that's hierarchy. That's just, I need to test myself against other people.
Because men used to go out and hunt and stuff, and now they're just like stuck. Yeah, and they're stuck at
home
desks, so they play like RuneScape and and games like that.
Men, it's hierarchy. I am better than this than you are, and I need to test where I am on that scale so I understand the hierarchy.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on to a topic here. Now, I don't know if either of you are Metal Gear fans. I know I have some friends that are super into Metal Gear.
I played 1 and 2.
I watched.
I'm gonna play some on stream, but
it's
apparently
a fun game.
If you don't know the twist of 1, it's amazing.
I know a lot about the lore, but I'm still gonna play it because, like I said, I've got friends that are just like diehard Metal Gear fans. So there's a movie in the works. Zach Lebowski and Adam B. Stein, Final Destination Bloodlines, are set to direct. So don't know too much about it.
Interesting.
I wonder who they're gonna get to play.
It's Canadian. Okay. Just judging a book by its cover, I would not want Zach directing this movie.
I mean, I don't know. We had Starfleet Academy. They're selling Starfleet stuff here in Toronto.
The picture I saw is it's very Zoomer, but he did Final Destination Bloodlines, which I liked. I did like the last Final Destination movie.
I heard it was good. I've been meaning to watch it.
I'm surprised because you like horror movies.
I know. I'll get to it.
I actually like most of the Final Destination ones, but yeah, that was a good one. The rest of it, he directed Fraggle Rock. I didn't know that.
Never even heard of that.
That was a kid's show when I was a kid,
like
but apparently
Muppets.
he did it in 2022. I don't know the rest of his stuff. I only know... See, this is one of the issues with him. The only movie that I know from him is Final Destination Bloodline, and everything else has been not liked. It's either been shorts or very low rated.
See, I don't know. I'm trying to look. Oops. Obviously, Hideo Kojima has the
final
right. Yeah. So as long as he's heavily involved, I think it may be okay because this is something that was like really dear to him, like his creation. So, but I don't know. Like, there's not really saying much. I don't know if it's going to be like. I'm guessing it's going to be like live action. So I wonder who they get.
Has
The only
to be
thing
live
is,
action. What's the point of doing it when the game is already animated?
exactly,
Yeah.
but they might still do it. But my thing is, they better not get some like femboy to play Snake.
Master Cheeks ready. Okay, honestly, wait, I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
know
what I
how
was just
old
gonna
he
say.
was?
I think Konami owns the rights, so Kojima might not actually have any say in it, which would suck.
It's
He might
very
have say,
unlikely
but
that Kojima has.
They might get
like,
him involved though, just
Hopefully.
to lore master.
Yeah,
But who knows?
Well, as if he's willing, because
I think that
think
they
he wanted
ended
to be
on bad
separate.
terms.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, Hollywood is always after the next thing, and gaming could be the next thing. There's so many games that would make great movies if they just adapted them literally. I've always thought, and I've thought since I first played it, that Deus Ex, the first game, would make one of the best movies of all time if you actually adapted it properly. Metal Gear Solid is another one that would genuinely work. It's just, I don't think Hollywood is past, even at their lowest, which is what they are at now, I don't think they're past thinking they're above games. And so
Yeah.
No, it's
you
so
need
true.
a gamer to make it. You just do.
And even if they did make it, I'm really nervous that it would end up like Master Cheeks did. So him being dragged around by women, subversive, all that stuff. It just the game is about this, him. Like, why would you change that?
The problem with Halo wasn't so much he was dragged around about women. So, like, there's a woman in STEM meme was actually already in Halo. A lot of the Halo issues, they besides just the way it was made, came from the fact that they ignored the games. Which again, because they didn't think the games were a good enough story to put into a thing anyway, so they didn't adapt it properly, which changed a lot of the impact. And the actor, well, it's like, well, how on earth are you supposed to bond to someone with a helmet on? It's like, well, you're Pablo. You have one expression anyway. If anything, the helmet can probably adjust their facial expressions more than you can. Like, nobody needs to see your face to get emotionally bonded to it. You look like a potato that's been run through a shredder. And so, like, Metal Gear Solid, it has to be made by somebody that loved the first game.
Yes, absolutely.
Does this say anything about Zach or Adam, like a fan of the games?
I didn't see anything. And the first game came out in '98, so I mean, this
We're
franchise has
children back
been-
then.
this game has been around for a long
just,
time.
Just the subheader, like Zach
one?
Lipowski, the subheader, has become among the more in-demand filmmakers in town. The only thing he's done is Bloodlines of any note at all.
Yeah,
I don't know why
That's-
he'd be in demand at all.
That's exaggerating. Absolutely. I haven't even heard of him until today.
Yeah. So I don't really have faith in this because I don't. If Kojima has something to do with it, then I'll be a bit more optimistic. But like, chat, if you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Konami and Kojima did not end their relationship on good terms.
The other issue is there's parts of Metal Gear Solid which need to be included because they're major parts of the story, but they're going to go, you can't do that to women. So there's an entire scene where he's got to find, I think it's Meryl.
Yeah.
And she's dressed as a soldier. And the way you find out in the game that which one Meryl is and who you need to contact is because she sways her hips back and forth as you're staring at her arse.
And you see that
compared
it's
to
not
men.
the soldier because you know it's her. Yeah, I remember.
And so I don't think that Hollywood would even do that. There's also another scene where you're crawling through a vent and she's like in her underwear doing sit-ups. It's like all this is like key to the experience of the game.
Sweeney as Meryl.
Yeah, I mean, Meryl's a great character.
She's like, I got an idea.
Like, in theory, Meryl should be a character that Hollywood really likes because she's a woman that goes around beating up men and stuff. But she's also incredibly feminine and sexual, and it's those bits that they don't like.
She's
they
a
just
femme
like the
fatale.
masculine part of the woman in the character.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think if you want to adapt it, you need all of that. You need, because Japan has always been known for its fan service, and that will be integral to any story that they do.
Yeah,
I
actually,
wish
Sweeney
Japan
would
was
be
making
great
it.
as Sniper Wolf in the
Yeah.
game. Absolutely. And you know what?
You'd have to have her balancing the sniper rifle in her
She's on her
chest.
tits.
Yeah,
could
it's
do
like,
it.
look, why are you the best sniper? Well, not only do I slow my heartbeat down, but
what's
also
it-
I've got a built-in
This makes up for it.
caution. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up. Give me a second. an image
Like-
for those of you who don't know.
Japan would actually do that, though. They would 100% make an anime where the reason someone's a great sniper is because they can balance it in their chest.
Absolutely. But Hollywood's too afraid to do that sort of stuff because that's demeaning to women.
See, this
Well,
is
they
Sniper
also-
Wolf and Metal Gear.
They also don't realize what they're losing when they cut that kind of stuff out. And that kind of stuff is... It's like the icing on things that make people accept the rest of it. It like if you it gets you into a certain kind of mind frame that accepts everything else. It's all more immersive and things. It is the Gal Gadot effect. People didn't realize her acting because they're already attracted to her. And if you remove that, they don't think they're cutting away something important, but they are. Just not for them.
Yeah. And speaking of Sydney Sweeney,
Ooh. Housemaids? I don't know.
no, no, not yet.
Oh.
So Paul Feige says that he would like to see Sydney Sweeney as the next James Bond. I want to see her as the next Bond girl. He
She
praised
would
her
be a great
talent
Bond girl.
and said she would be a strong choice for the iconic 007 role. Even people that love Sydney, I don't think they want to see her as Bond. They want her as a Bond girl.
And Sydney would say, I'm not Bond material, but I can be a Bond girl. If she knows what's smart for her, which just seems like she does, she would never ever take on a role like that because that's more of a death in her career than anything. Just given the choices that she's done so far.
Well, Sydney is somebody that realizes she's got a window and a time limit, and she has taken advantage of it. And so she would 100% be willing to... This was my response to it. This is the only way she's going to be able to be James Bond, is if she reveals that actually there's an extra part of her that people had never really guessed about before.
That would be the death of a career. She would be
Well, that is the only way she can be James Bond. I am fed up of people going, well, you could be this. What? You think that Sydney Sweeney is a James? Are you insane? Do you think she's been smuggling peanuts this entire time? Like, seriously.
Peanut is at it
her
again.
in Madam Web. She's not that agile. Actually, have you watched her Christie movie? I have been meaning to watch it.
It's
No.
streaming now. I think it's on HBO Max.
I want to see her just try and fight because she
I wanna
didn't really
see it,
fight
yeah.
in Madam Web
Or
or House
she's
Maid, realistically.
I think everyone from behind the scenes all said she put loads of effort into learning to fight, and she was actually telling like the stunt people to hit her because like no, if you fake it, then people realize. So I think like it's not against her. I think
tried.
she genuinely got invested in the role. I just don't think that the Christie movie is her audience.
No.
And she did say though that when she did Madam Web, she was asked like, "Why did you do it?" She went to get contacts in Sony. She does seem to be a person who is very aware of like the business side of things, and so may take roles to get contacts that she can then use in the future, which is simultaneously savvy, but at the same time led you to have a load of failures as movies. And it was only The Housemaid which has been a massive success, which is kind of given her the Hollywood box office credentials compared to everything else.
I feel like the second one's not going to do as well.
Madam Web?
Honestly, I don't know where they can go with it.
Housemaid. They're making another Madam Web. Where was I?
Well, I don't know where they can go with it because, I mean, everyone knows it now. If you don't see it, spoilers.
She's basically hunting husbands.
Yeah, which is what I didn't like about the first movie, how they ended it like that. It's like self-defense is one thing, but like making a career out of it, that's
crazy.
Yeah, but how does it work, right? So in the first movie, she becomes like a housemaid, and then she happens to find out that this happened and she's forced into the role. But in all the other movies, she's now going to these women and like, my husband's awful. I want him dead. And like, well, why would you not just wipe him out then? Why would you need to become a housemaid and then investigate him and live with him? And presumably sleep with him, because that's going to be something in every single movie, because these are clit-lit books, so there's always going to be romance. Why does she have to shag him first before she kills him? This is what I don't get. I don't know how they're going to fit that into the
She's a
story.
black widow, okay?
No, but it's like, look, I know he's evil, I know he's awful, and I believe you 100%. I believe all women. But I do need to test the goods first. Just seems like a really weird plotline for a second movie.
Well, he's gonna die anyways. Why not take a test drive?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to waste him. It's like,
stop it. You're giving them ideas.
well, no, these are always a series of books, and I don't know the answer to it, like because I suppose I could look it up, I guess. But it is a case of, I don't know how they repeat the storyline of the second in a sequel.
I don't know either. Was there a sequel in the books? I don't even.
Yeah, there's a whole
there is
series of books. She goes around and does wipe out these husbands. I just don't know how you come up with the excuse of, I know you're an awful person, I know you've been attacking this woman, and I am going to stop him for you. But first, I do need to see what's below the belt. Yeah, it's like at some point you've got to have to be responsible for your weird urges. It's like, I know you're the worst person on earth, but look, I can get past that.
I love always whenever Disru says shag, it makes me think of Austin Powers. Like, shall we shag now or shag?
Oh, the spy who shagged me was a title. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me get a couple supers and then we will move forward.
They call it a shag carpet for a reason.
I had no idea.
I mean, crap, that kind of makes sense.
Well,
now.
they always in front of a fireplace. That was the thing.
Vengian, am I saying that right?
You had to warm yourself up to survive. It was cold in those days.
Just was like, I gotta get that last line out. Thank you for the £5. If two immigration agents have a kid, would it be called Ice Ice Baby?
My God.
That one got just rude too.
Yeah.
Nerf herder for 5. Curse those meddling kids and their pesky ghost noises.
I would have got away with it too if I wasn't your neighbor. Like, how on earth? It's my favorite thing, actually. He was loads of people involved. He's like, well, I know the legal limit. If I keep it beneath that, I can play anything.
Jason Webster, thanks for the Australian 5. If Gary was pregnant, it would be the non-immaculate misconception. I don't think anyone made the meme. I'm sorry, actually. Maybe before the stream's over.
I'm so disappointed. I really want to see Gary pregnant.
Ian, thanks for another £50. There's a better story where a man in England dressed up as a ghost with a bed sheet and ran around a cemetery shouting "woo," and then he got arrested.
Was that you, Ian?
Ian,
just out of curiosity.
what were you doing on that day?
Ian was just in a cemetery.
In the bed sheet. Why would he get arrested? Was it just like
he just got drunk and run through someone's washing and just ended up in a sheet? And he was like, "Whoa." But
he was just screaming because he couldn't get out.
There was a trend that went around a few years ago. I don't know whether it was in America. I think it was America, of like people dressing up as clowns and just like scaring random passers-by in the street.
That was crazy, creepy, crazy.
Well, there was a video that someone was filming of like their friend dressing up as a clown, and this guy walks around the corner and the clown just throws a ball at him, and the guy just stares at him, picks up the ball and throws it back and doesn't move and stares at him, and the clown's like, "What? What's supposed to happen?" And I'm pretty sure the video title was something like, "When a prank meets an actual psychopath." It's like, you have met the monster that you were pretending to be. And this guy had no fear. He was like, "No, I'm scarier than you,
I'm ready."
Yeah.
Duppy, thanks for being a member for 26 months. The guy said he was a ghost, but turns out he was just full of sheet. This rude turn on that.
I think that disappointed me on a base
he's like,
level. I was like, oh
laugh.
no.
That is what you don't want your parents to say to you. I'm just disappointed.
Shane for 2 nods, shoulders.
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, sorry, not mine.
Show the shoulders.
Wants to sprue shoulders.
We're
not enough.
We're not at City Walk anymore. You can't just reach over on command.
I know.
What if she just puts her hand
like
down and
pimping my
just
And I just fired out of the top.
Andrew Matthews for £2. Thank you. Just brew free. Is that Deirdre?
Oh,
Barlow?
Deirdre Barlow. Yeah, she got sent to prison. Literally got in. This is the equivalent of like Trump coming out and giving a speech to the press about an imaginary about Sonic. Going, I think that Sonic shouldn't have been subjected to that treatment in that movie. That's how stupid it was even at the time. Like, literally got our government to debate Deirdre Barlow in a soap opera.
That's funny.
Your country's weird.
We
Ian,
liked our soaps. You have to remember, our soaps have been going since like the 40s or something. As soon as television were invented, our soaps started and it's never stopped.
Ian, thank you for another £50. I was thinking this when I watched Entrapment a couple weeks ago. Catherine Zeta-Jones is perfect in it. She's cocky, capable, and strong, but still feminine and vulnerable. Modern Hollywood writers cannot write those ladies anymore. You're right. They can't. They have to make them too strong, or like the whole Mary Sue thing that we are extremely tired of. because it's just not relatable. You know, I want the same thing with men, except for unless it's like some John Wick stuff, right? Like he could totally be like OP, and it's just entertaining. At this point, you know what I mean? He's an assassin, and they kind of dive into his backstory even a little bit. But if you think of just the first one, he just like snaps, and we see this amazing assassin, and nobody cared. Like it was fine, but unless you're writing it like that, it just gets very boring watching a girl just like be strong as heck out of nowhere unless
for
she's
no reason at all.
Yeah.
And then it just and again, a lot of the plots with these feminist movies, TV shows is just realizing how amazing you are. That's not overcoming anything, realizing how amazing you are. No, that like no one's gonna relate to that. Okay, maybe not no one. Very few are gonna relate to that. You want to have some sort of underdog story, overcoming some sort of barrier.
I think a lot of it is, and I hate Freud, he was a horrible person, and I think all of his stuff is nonsense. But just for the analogy, I don't think it's basically the Electra complex, which is the female version of the Oedipus complex, that the woman wants to be man. And I think a lot of that is they just hate femininity, but I think in this case, they want all women to become men and take on masculine virtues and masculine roles simply because they see the feminine as weak, but also I think it largely comes down to just hating men. And so because they hate men so much, they hate anything that men like, and they want to turn themselves into something that men don't like, and men like femininity. And so they can never write something that the male audience would enjoy, which is why you end up at these just girl bosses that everyone finds insufferable. They're all smart mouthed. They all go around insulting everyone. They make the worst people possible specifically so no one can like them. But to them, it's like, that's what I want to be. I don't want men to like me. I want to stay as far away from them as possible.
That's why they put like color in their hair and the freaking nose ring. They're like,
I'm different. Look at me.
For men, it's for me. It's like a warning sign. They literally have said, I've heard TikToks that said, if you don't like it, get the F out.
They turn themselves into something as ugly as possible so no one can find them attractive. And there's also, you can go down the psychological path of they could also do it so that they're never rejected. Because they're like, well, men hate me. But the reason they hate me is because I made myself like this deliberately. It's like taking ownership over actually not wanting to risk putting yourself out there for a guy because it'll hurt if he denies you, kind of thing. So there's multiple possible psychological explanations, but I do think a lot of it just comes down to just basic hatred of men, which has been instilled in things.
Well, and like girls, I see this all the time. Girls will say, I don't need no man. When they really want a man, they want a man
to open up a pickle jar.
Yeah, they'll literally
Who's
just
gonna
like
fix your plumbing?
They say they don't need someone. They're a strong, independent woman, but when you need a jar opened or just things, little simple things like that, all of a sudden, where's the man?
It's like they don't want to admit certain things. Like men are strong. Like men are stronger than women. Even a woman that works out a lot and just like maybe a man that's not. It's a fact. A man that doesn't like quite work out, but isn't just like a lazy mess, right? You know what I mean?
We've
like
tested
a regular
it.
guy.
No, we've tested it. Women that work out are still weaker than men that don't.
Or even midgets. I've seen midgets beat women. Like, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, we watched that video of the. That's right. I forgot about that.
No, but they did another one of just men that don't work out versus female bodybuilders, and the men won. Like, just a reality. But like I say, those guys, terrible at lactating. It's just, maybe we actually have a lane and we should stick to it. That's probably the best bet.
Yeah.
Don't try to lactate, men.
And
unless you're Gary,
I've tried. I almost blew a blood vessel concentrating.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
If only I could will it into existence. Yeah, I'm just like thinking about it. Well, you know when you're a kid and you're just like, I need to test whether I've got like telekinesis. You're like trying to move something in your mind, like maybe I just concentrate really hard.
Or did you try to like squeeze it out like one of those like the sugar for cakes, like the icing, like
for the sake of the story, yes. I'm just there. It's like there's already not really much to grab, but I
like
tried.
A toothpaste, you're just like
popped a major blood vessel.
I'm sorry, Wicked.
Oh, no, you're fine. So I know Disparu didn't watch not this, but the movie that I'm going to talk about in a second. The box office, Super Mario Galaxy adds 17.5 million. You, Me, and Tuscany Falls for 3.1 million on opening day. So
I don't even know what that movie is. Beauty in Tuscany.
Well, I was going to say that requires a bit more. I would not have started with Super Mario if I was going to go into the Tuscany.
That
thing.
was a weird.
I'm full of
I saw the
surprises.
trailer. It didn't look interesting, and I really like the actor that plays the dude because he was in Bridgerton, I believe.
Now,
okay, I've never seen that.
I don't.
This looks like, so I know it's going to be like I bet you like the actual like movie itself is going to look beautiful because they filmed in Italy, just like when you film, movies in like Ireland, Scotland, like beautiful, right? But I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I mean the fact that
I know one thing about it.
That it only got 3.1 million. That kind of it looks to me like when you see the cover, it looks to me like it's a Hallmark or like a Lifetime movie.
It's a romance.
It should be a Hallmark movie at this rate. It might make more money.
Yeah.
Now at the moment, romances, like the director is correct. Romances are basically dead in Hollywood, which is weird considering like Barbie and things did well. So clearly, if you want to make movies for women rather than trying to make Marvel movies for them, romances are probably far more likely to succeed. But this was marketed basically the worst way possible. You are marketing to a tiny niche of women, and you are actively advocating that this movie isn't for the majority of the audience. So if you go to the interview clip.
Yeah, I'm going to share it now because I didn't share the sound. Let me do that.
I was going to say they should actually adapt more those Clitlet books into movies as much as I don't want them to, because I actually do think having a base audience like Housemaid did, Barbie did, that it would actually help them.
Didn't anyone but you do all right? I thought that was okay, especially considering like rom-coms lately. It did all right. It was with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney.
I think the issue with the Clitlet books is, again, it means that Hollywood need to accept that there are different genres for different people. And I think that's probably why there's pushback. They want to force people into the boxes. They basically want 4-quadrant movies, so they think they can make everyone like a movie, and they need to just work out that everything is
but that's not
specific.
The case, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see what this guy has to say.
I'd go
Who
back
is
to
this,
the
the director?
start, because it's... Yeah.
Well, and we have to remember that every TV show, movie has demographics that are going to be higher in it, and that's okay. And kind of realizing what your demographics will help you with marketing and targeting that marketing.
That is a good segue into this clip, because he will tell you the demographic he wants for this movie, and I don't think that when you want to think about demographics, you should be trying to niche down quite this far.
Let's see.
Yeah, Hollywood's track record of hiring diverse leads is paltry. Period. Full stop.
Okay,
Secondly,
stop.
rom-coms have not.
Period. Full stop. He really had to say that, huh? To really put his
Firstly, I appreciate him saying full stop, but when you say both of them back to back, it does kind of imply that the first one is talking about a woman and not grammar. Like, if you just said period, you'd be like, oh, he's American. But when you say full stop afterwards to end the sentence, like, now they've made it really confusing.
Gen Z talk here.
But he's already now gone from 51% of the population to 13%. Like, in one sentence, he's eradicated the majority of the audience for this movie by going, no, this isn't for women, this is for black women. That's just terrible marketing from the start.
Yeah.
Not been made for the theaters a lot recently. So certainly when you think about a rom-com that happens to have black leads, there's a lot of eyeballs on the performance of this film. That is something
that's delusional. That is delusional.
No, I think he's actually correct. It is a case of, so you have to think from him. This is a guy who is just obsessed with his own skin color. It's so wild to me that these people still exist and aren't banned from the industry. But he's like, he doesn't see a rom-com as a genre. He sees it as a black rom-com. And so if that fails, other people and maybe he's correct. I don't know what Hollywood thinks behind the scenes. Maybe Hollywood does see that as the same way and thinks, well, if this movie fails, we're not going to make more. And so I think that's what he's on about with this. He's basically saying, you have to go and see this movie or you won't get more of it, which is how
it's probably true, as it should be, because if this fails, then why should you put more money into it? It's like investing in a stock that's failing. You're just going to keep losing and losing and losing. But see, they keep doing that for some reason. And it's as an Asian with math, it's so strange why you would put your money into a failing IP or idea.
But you also have to think that if there was a Korean romance that was launched in the US I don't think they would be announcing it as this is Asian, it's Asian, it's Asian, it's Asian, it's Asian, it's Asian, it's Asian, and that's all these marketers said. It's a black romance, and you're just dramatically cutting out the majority of the entire world's population from ever watching it or caring about it. And so I think this is why it's failed. Most people won't even care as an actual good movie at this point. It's like, because it's not marketed to them.
Should I play the rest of it?
So yes, the pressure is there. It's not fair. I don't like it, but I'm not afraid of it. And I think that if I make a movie good enough for audiences to want to come and see, Hollywood will recognize.
I mean, that's technically true.
It's a great way to end it. There's a couple of comments in there in the clip, which are great marketing. Oh, I know we need to make something good. I need the audiences out there. If you don't meet the film, then people aren't going to watch it. But interspersed with that is just all this racial crap, which he's adding in voluntarily, because I think he's simultaneously trying to grift Hollywood. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he also knows that he needs the audience involved as well. And Hollywood needs to separate these ideas out, because you can't have all of them. They don't work. They're all actually opposed to each other. And I don't think marketing this as a black romance is going to ever succeed, because there just isn't enough people.
And you know what? I'm thinking there's a movie that I actually really liked. It was called Think Like a Man. I think it came out in like 2010, 2012 or something like that. And it was, I guess you could call it a black romance, but I didn't even think about it like that. I watched it and it was good. And it was just a romance. It was good. It had let me look it up. It had a pretty good cast.
Think about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, yeah, that was a black family, but they didn't come out and go, no, look at these people. Yeah. Look, like one of them's a judge rather than in the courtroom itself for other reasons.
And
like,
also,
can you imagine if Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was released now, how it would be marketed?
They did. Remember, they did a drama one that didn't go over well.
And all they did was just like they turned it into a racialized thing in the in the commentary, in the script.
And Think Like a Man was adapted from Steve Harvey's book. It had Taraji P. Henderson, Regina Hall, Kevin Hart, Gabrielle Union. It had a lot of really good people, like good actresses in it and actors. And I didn't think anything of it. Like I wasn't like, oh, this is all black people. I was like, oh, I'm going to go see it. And I liked it. It was funny. It was a good movie. So when they come out and they automatically have to make it about
black leads. Yeah. So this is the cast for You Mean Tuscany. I think if they used the guy Roger Jean Page and been like from Bridgerton, which a lot of people like and love Bridgerton as much as you don't. Yeah. If they marketed it as from that to this, I think they would have been a lot more successful. I mean, they could have even used Halle Bailey, but I mean, I didn't hear a peep of this movie.
No,
I think it's a mistake to do a romance with Halle Bailey. I don't think women want to project themselves onto Halle Bailey.
I don't know who would have been if they wanted to keep it a black lead, who it should have been. Zendaya, I guess, at this rate.
Oh God, no! The drama is not doing particularly well at the box office compared to the budget either. They're all like, maybe it'll make a profit, maybe it'll break even, but none of them are huge successes. I've seen actually people were comparing the drama to Housemaid because it's quite well known at this point that Euphoria they don't like each other.
Oh yeah, they don't. I no idea why, but they really should have grifted on Bridgerton for this. I think it would have drawn in a crowd from Bridgerton.
The thing is, I would imagine that most of the people that watch Bridgerton are not the same people that they think would be interested in a black romance. I think it's literally that.
Why not?
Bridgerton
they did so many race swaps.
Well, yes, but that is only an attempt to get other people involved in it, and because essentially Bridgerton is an English-based thing, and the people making it hate England. But it's not black people making Bridgerton.
Look what they did to Cleopatra. It got banned in Egypt.
So Bridgerton is a result of self-hatred. It's not a result, whereas this is like, no, aren't we amazing? I just want it for my group. Like, they come from entirely polar opposites, even if they end up at the same place. And so I don't think that this show would want to advertise Bridgerton, because it's England, and that's not, it's not linked to Africa in any way. So it's not linked to them. And that affects, this is all they think about. That's the lens they go through everything.
It's literally so stupid. Just use the first thing you mentioned in the clip. It's fine. It's not that bad. Okay. I mean, if you look at London, I mean, I know it's not as African, but there's a lot of diversity.
London is the most African thing. I think Africans about 3% of the English population. Nearly all of them are in London. It's very.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
London is like being in an airport. It's crazy.
That sucks. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? There's not much info released on this, but a Disney extraction shooter is reportedly in development at Epic Games, according to Bloomberg. It will feature Disney characters battling enemies and extracting similar to Arc Raiders. So I read the little
What?
article they have, and there's not much more than what's in this tweet.
So it's basically like, no, there's so many games out there already that is like this. Why are you building it? You might as well just have a skin for Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse or all that in like Fortnite and whatever. It doesn't matter.
That's what I was thinking. Now, if this is like free, I could see kids maybe playing it. If it's definitely like 100%, I'm guessing it's going to be like for kids, right? It's Disney. So I don't know. Like I see the thought process behind it. Is this game for someone like me? Probably not, but I could see children being into it.
If they could get them from the Roblox and Minecraft groups, then great. But I just don't see it happening.
They wouldn't be Disney though. Like, so extraction shooters started with Escape from Tarkov, incredibly hardcore, and the attraction to extraction shooters is losing your gear. It's the cost. There's always a risk. There's stress because you're taking very expensive stuff, takes you hours to get, and you can lose it to like a bullet. Then Arc Raiders is basically the first one that went mainstream because Escape from Tarkov is incredibly niche because it's so hardcore as a game. It's very punishing. Arc Raiders managed to mix that kind of casual element with the hardcore thing, so everyone got the risk, but they don't lose too much, so it doesn't feel too bad. A Disney game, I think, would go the other way, where you don't really risk anything, because this has been tried like Battlefield and stuff, extraction shooters. If you don't risk much, if it's too casual, everyone gets bored. It's like, I would rather just play a respawn
Fortnite
shooter,
or something.
where where I just respawn, I don't really lose anything, I don't cost anything. And then the extraction part goes away because it's the tension and the putting things on the line where people like. So I think Disney will make something too casual. Whereas Arc Raiders is about the best middle ground we have so far.
Disney characters with guns, is that a good idea? Do we want to see our Mickey, Minnie, or Donald Duck dead?
They could do it with powers, so each character could have their own kind of weaponry.
That's what I was thinking, something like that, and they probably aren't going to like die. They'll probably like disappear. You know what I mean? Like
or go into like a puff of smoke or anything. There's loads of kind of different ways.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. Like I can see if it's done properly. I guess in theory, this working with kids. It's not going to be for the adult crowd, but I could see the Roblox and Minecraft people being into it. Sure.
I think Disney would do better with a shooter rather than an extraction shooter. Extraction shooters are incredibly hard to get right. Arc Raiders is one of the few which have done it and actually become mainstream. It's only really ever Arc Raiders and Escape from Tarkov which have ever really hit huge success.
Yeah.
It's way easier to make a multiplayer shooter, and even those, most fail because there's so many of them. Very few actually... You get survivorship bias, so it's a massive genre with very few winners.
Yeah. Well, see, I could see, like, I get the thought process behind it, but I agree with this brew. Like, not an extraction shooter, maybe something more similar to just, like, Fortnite, I guess. But, like, Fortnite's also kind of for kids, so it's like, why not just put... How funny would that be to see a Mickey skin in Fortnite?
It would
but,
be,
I mean, we see
it would be better, because then they don't have to develop a game and pay all these people out. Disney is not exactly making a lot of money right now, okay?
Yeah, the parks are what's making them money, so they're trying new things, I guess.
I imagine with this, because it's at Epic Games. Now, I do remember there was a story ages ago, and it was used in relation to Fortnite, but maybe it was this, where Disney said, we will invest money into Epic Games, so maybe they are paying for it.
That. Yeah.
But they could also just do it the other way around, where you just give Epic Games the license, and then Epic Games takes all the risk, all the money, all the development costs, but also takes the majority of the profit. So there's different ways to sort of set up the business arrangement, where Disney may not lose anything.
Yeah, we'll see. I thought it was interesting, kind of funny, but again, like if they trying to get the kids is where it's at, because like the parents will spend money and stuff. So if they can get the kids into it, then they'll make some money. So we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it, guys, and we'll let you know if we hear anything else about it.
A huge part of marketing games now is streamers,
So
I'm not sure how you. Because, like, 13-year-olds can't stream. I don't think they can legally, or maybe is it 12-year-olds? There's a certain age you have to be before you can start legally streaming on platforms. And I think you'll find the majority of the audience would be more watching older streamers anyway, like Tim the Tatman and stuff. So
You need to make it where adults would want to play it. Like, even though Fortnite
Yeah.
technically is supposed to be a game for kids, but a lot of adults play it and streamers push it, and that's why it does so well. This I couldn't see. I mean, of course, some adults would play it. Like, if it was something free, I would give it a test just to see like what's going on with it because I'm curious. But
I'm not sure a game made for kids
so,
would be mainstream enough to actually become popular enough to get kids to play it.
Yeah.
Because they want to play games that the streamers... people want to play games that everyone else is playing, but the gaming audience is all ranges, and so you don't tend to get kids' games as such.
That's true.
Can't really think of that many. I suppose you get, like, building games and that kind of stuff, but not shooters.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird decision. But like I said, I'll keep an eye on it and let you guys know when I hear anything new. That's all that's come out about it so far, though. No title, no, not really any other information.
It's just Mickey Mouse is going to murder people.
Yeah. Gary Thomas, thank you for the 5. Hey, all. I hope you all are having a good day. Disparu, can you Google Nikki Glaser boyfriend and just give your general thoughts? All right. Well, he does that.
Specific.
The Jabroni Big Time for 5. What do you call the fat militant leftist? Gravy seals.
Oh, I mean, kind of amazing at the same time.
It's a good one, Jabroni.
It's kind of smart enough that I want it to work.
Hooligan, thanks for the $9.99 Mama Wicked moving coupon. Thank you so much. Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for the 5. I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day. That's a good one, Mongoose. I like that. Jacob Joseph for 20. I helped your mom move to Florida early, and now let's help X-Ray and Disparu move there as well. These American dollars won't go as far in Britain, but they'll definitely go further in Canada. It is true. Thank you, Jacob. We'll get Disparu here, and we're going to get him...
here is tax. More than...
We're going to get Disparu here, and we're going to get him a big, like, monster truck, and he's going to be like, yeah, I'm American now.
Can you guys just, like, send me to the States? But I just need someone to marry so I can stay there longer.
I got you.
Yep, they're going to get together. This is the marriage that the stream needed. At some point, we can do a stream.
Wedding?
It's going to be like both of them.
Girl.
Both of them are going to be
Wick Ray girl.
They can be in wedding dresses, but one of them's going to have to be like a bit more kind of the masculine wedding dress.
A wedding dress, but with a tie.
So one of them can be in white, but the other one has to be like more suit-coded.
I'll wear a wedding dress with a bow. Like a little bow tie?
Yeah, it's going to be like Mickey and Minnie Mouse. The only way you can tell the difference is one of them's got a bow on.
Yeah. Well, she'll wear a bow in her hair. It's fine.
I have bows. I'm girly like that. Did you Google Nikki Glazer's boyfriend, by the way?
I did. I had to swap off, I think it was The Independent, because there were so many ads I was reading out of a tiny little window of a screen. But I have now found what it is. And
how bad is it?
Depends how much you believe her. So, Hot Husband is Nikki Glaser shares why she lets her boyfriend sleep with other women. Apparently, it's now called Hot Husbanding. And she goes on to say, in a relationship, I don't really care if he was to hook up with people, but it's not a two-way street. So, essentially, she doesn't want to get with other people, but he's allowed to. And then I'm looking at, like, his height, and I'm like, how many people can he really get with? Well, yeah, how many people can he really get with?
Gary knew this is where this was going. That's why he wanted this Rue's thoughts.
And so, it is literally like she would be able to get with more people than he can.
Absolutely.
But it's like, when it comes to my relationship, I don't have jealousy over getting with other women. So firstly, based, this is something that throughout all of history has basically happened. Genghis Khan, there's a significant part of the world.
Well, you have to also have a lot of quote value to you to be able to do that sort of stuff.
Well,
so
yeah,
is he
Genghis
actually?
Khan? But Genghis Khan populated a significant part of Earth, and you do find. At the peaks of society, so kings, harems were perfectly normal. I think it is something, it's 95% of women throughout all of history have reproduced, whereas if you go to men, significantly less. So, like, essentially, more women to men have been perfectly normal throughout the entire time, which makes sense from a genetic perspective as well, because it basically improves the quality of everything. I'm just not sure it's him. I don't think anyone with that mustache can get with that many women in the I'm not sure how much of a threat that she's really under, to be honest.
Go and get as many women as you want, because I know you can't get as many.
Yeah, I completely understand it.
Honey.
You also, though, whenever you do this kind of thing, it does come across to me where she's like, I don't really care about him. It's like,
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
I don't care if he goes with other people. So she either, like, she can't actually want to get with him that often. She's like, I'm just glad when he's out the house. You know, I'm more than happy to enjoy myself. And there is always that thought that if she allows it, she's like, well, what are you doing when I'm not there? Why do you want me to go out the house with other people all the time?
Yeah, what's his name?
Chris Convoy. Or Convy.
Oh, he's a TV producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then he might be able to get girls then.
Well, yeah, I imagine most people in Hollywood, they are rich enough that, you know, the money does everything for them. But it also means that you're probably not in too much danger of him leaving.
Okay, the last thing that he has... Okay, there's one thing upcoming called Nikki Glazer Good Girl.
Shocking.
This is on the Call Her Daddy podcast, so you know the kind of source it's coming from.
He has a bunch of other stuff, which is I've never even heard of, so I don't know how big of a career that he has as a producer.
Well, I'm never sure whether producers...
Hey, he's a short king. No.
Things are like this, but because if she's with him, I'm sure he's got money. But this is the thing. It's like, well, I got with you for money, and so if somebody else takes you, then you're just reducing my job, is the way it comes across, I think. Mm-hmm. So, it's always like, yeah, like kings and everything used to do it before. It is perfectly normal, and it's way more normal that way than the other way around. But... you do in modern society, you begin to think, well, why do you want me to leave all the time? And I'm not sure that it's exactly closed on her end. I'd always be suspicious if that's being offered.
Yeah. All right, let me finish catching up on supers. Raider, thank you for the 5618. Says nothing. Thank you, Raider. Jason Webster with the Australian 5. Thank you. Have you seen the YouTube videos of the tall Sadaku prank or the Oxhead Sisters prank? All the Japanese ghost pranks are hilarious.
Oh, are these?
I don't think so.
Are either of those where they go in an elevator and they pretend they're going for a job interview?
God, the elevator.
Like a little girl climbs out of the a hidden thing in the elevator.
Don't prank me with that stuff because I will punt. Like I'm just gonna kick and run.
There's also I've seen another one where they do it in toilets. So basically, you're in a cubicle, all the lights go off, and people are flooded in, and you walk out, and it's just like a ghost standing there.
Oh, that'd be so
pitch
creepy.
Black dark, and like the lights crunches there.
She does, Andrew. She loves her short queens. She's surrounded by us.
Yeah, literally, the only tall friend I have is Melissa. Everyone else is teeny tiny.
So apparently, the tall Sadeko prank is you're in like a tunnel, so you can't go either way. It's lit, and then the ghost starts walking down the tunnel towards you out of the darkness.
No, thank you. No.
A lot of them just turn and run. I've just seen
I'll take the 10 hours of ghost noises. The ghost noises.
The ghost noises.
The ghosts are after me again.
Not this real Chris.
Ian for 50 pounds, and then me and Disru could marry, but we'd still be stuck in commie Britain.
Yeah, I'd have to be in Scotland. The apocalyptic wasteland.
You guys could live in a castle, though. How romantic! There's so many castles in Scotland.
That is true.
I want to see them.
You can drink all the whiskey.
Well, actually, the tall Sadeko prank kind of looks like Scotland in the first place. Like I could imagine this happening in Scotland. So essentially, you're there, and you're in these kind of. You're just walking down into pitch black darkness.
No. Why would you go there?
This starts walking. Look, that comes down after you, and they just peg it.
That's like some backroom stuff, man. Get out of here.
100% that could happen in Scotland, though. There's just some random crackhead coming the other way.
That's actually Ian.
Yeah, Ian's like, why does everyone run away from me all the time?
I met Kata. He's not that short, okay? He's taller than me.
All you hear out of the darkness is, "Can I lick your forehead?"
Ew! And Disru's like, "Is it Ian?"
It must be.
Well, you know
Ian.
what? Speaking of short,
wait, that gave you a segue?
Well, we were talking about short people.
Where that was going.
Oh, okay. I was like licking people's foreheads.
Actually, yeah, I got a story for that.
Well, you can lick the alien's forehead. It's a big forehead.
He's short, but he's not a short king. Because Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, but the alien will be.
The king.
I just want to see him in the metamorph suit. That's all I want. I just want a little tiny alien going around, and it just turns out to be him.
Baby.
Little baby. Oh, it's a baby, Rodney.
No, he's gonna pull the same crap he pulled on Thor. He's gonna be huge for some reason. They're gonna CGI him, and he's gonna be this big monster alien. That's the biggest one because he's got a complex with his height.
I would also accept that. I would accept Peter Dinklage going hand to hand with a xenomorph. That's what I was trying to think of before. And he wins. They've just got a little tiny guy versus xenomorph.
How funny would that be? Ian he didn't know where I was going with that. Speaking of Ian licking foreheads dressed as a giant ghost. I got
exactly. Yeah. It's like, well.
Ian's like, wait, what did I do last night?
What news came out?
So I'm not excited for this, but like everyone's making the baby joke and it's hilarious.
Yes.
Just Brew did it first, though, at least for what I've seen. Like in our
group chat. I did it in like our group chat, and then I saw that Star Wars girl say, "Is he going to get a face hugger on him and turn into a baby alien?"
No, he's going to be a face hugger in itself. Okay, that's the only role he can get in this show.
Yeah, don't even put him in a suit. Just have him jump on people.
Now you're thinking, hire X-ray girl for some writing, man.
I almost knocked my fan over.
Yeah, he can put his
he breaks his fan.
Thing down. Do you remember when they did it? Was it in the movie? It was in the movie where they actually showed how deep that face hugger goes.
Oh, and
deep
it's
into, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Goes deep into. Just missed that. She said go deep in her. She said go deep in her.
Zoomed in.
It went really deep. It went really deep.
Well, that's what it's always been. That's what it's all been about. So it was a bit like in Stranger Things when people are like, oh, this kid was no, it wasn't. But there's an instinct of something foreign that you don't agree with going into you. And so it plays on that revulsion. And that's what the alien was. It's designed to mimic that, especially. It's like the chestburster scene is supposed to make you think of pregnancy and childbirth.
Yeah.
Because these are like instincts. And that's how horror works best. If it's like some kind of subconscious level, which has been... So that means you're going to be something that's happened for centuries, at least.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he complained about how the face huggers were like, shouldn't be played by other dwarves, except for dwarves like him. Just him. And
I thought you were going to say he complained because he didn't have one on him.
Well, we could go with that too, but
it's like, look, if you're going to do it, you're going to need to, even if it's off camera, I need to experience it.
Yeah, he was upset he didn't get hired for Snow White, and that's why he came out with that line. So now that he's hired as a face hugger on Aliens, it's fine, it's perfect.
I actually think that was
a face hugger. Okay, that's it.
I think that Snow White, he never would have wanted to happen because he's literally pulling the step ladder up behind himself. So even if he was on that
step ladder instead of a ladder.
Well, yeah, because even if he was in that movie, he's still got 6 other dwarves with him who would all now be his future competition. And he is the go-to dwarf name that everyone thinks of. And so he just doesn't want other dwarf movies to be made at all because you don't want other famous actors coming around.
Oh yeah, Peter Dinklage is the most famous dwarf ever at this point.
He's an angry
I don't think there's any other. There's not.
Well, there's not enough opportunities for job roles to make like enough actors to be competition for him, and so you're only going to need one in a movie, and so he just wants them to hire him by just default.
You remember Mini-Me? You know?
Yeah.
That should have been Peter Dinklage as well.
Vern was better. He passed though. He was way better.
I know.
But that's the thing. There tends to be like one dwarf at a time that people think of because there's only ever one in a movie, and so they just go in every single movie. Like, it was smart from a extremely selfish point of view to get it cancelled. It's just... It's one of the things, you can understand why they do it. You can understand they're an arse for doing it. But what really got to me was how he tried to pitch it as like some social virtue reason rather than just going, well, I don't really want the competition. I would more appreciate the brutal honesty.
That's true.
It's Hollywood. They don't do brutal honesty.
Well, have you seen what they're doing on Artemis? Because I was kind of shocked, disgusted, surprised. Because NASA has some technology where... So NASA was a big proponent of Velcro because they don't have issues. And this is actually a cup which has been specially designed so you don't spill anything in zero gravity. Which is...
I need that.
It's rather interesting
like
visual. It's rather interesting visual, isn't it? It's
Actually
like
ruined
he's
it.
just spewing the thing in there, and then
Maybe I
Where's
don't
the
do that.
cream? Where's the cream?
she spins it around, and then you get to see her drink out of it as well, which is, you know, I think
Is she a
Disney would be
lesbian?
proud of this. Well, she will be after this. Like,
Okay, I don't need this. Never mind.
that's something she's done before. And actually, if you want to, I'm like, did she mold it herself? Was my comment.
Oh my
No.
But it is like, look, all I'm saying is it's strange the problems that nature has already solved. Nobody thought this before.
Why? Okay. I don't know.
Look, I mean, it puts a different spin on that, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, she's just like, fill it up.
And why couldn't they just all have sippy cups at that rate? Why does it have to have the flaps at the side at the top? Like, really?
Are the
What's it
flaps
about the
necessary?
Is this not AI? Like, please make it AI. Why?
No,
why?
this is real. It's because it comes down to like surface tension and stuff, and so the way it goes around and blobs is designed to hit the surface, the edges of the cup before it comes out the top, because obviously that would go around and damage equipment and things, and that just happens to be the best shape for it. Apparently.
60 years later, after not going to the moon, we made vagina cups.
Mm-hmm. It's probably is down to like the surface tension of that and things. It's strange how nature comes around and we find out things exist for a reason.
On that note, Gringo Mayo.
On that
I
note,
really don't
Gringo.
understand what the flaps are for. I'm sorry. Anyways.
She's like,
Look, many a man
need
has
to
asked
know.
himself that question.
Thank you for the 5, Gringo Mayo. Huge local news story about an overweight balding man pooing his pants at a Walmart in Wisconsin. Venti going live soon. Had to get one for the road. Well, thank you, Gringo.
I'm so sorry you saw me doing that in Walmart.
You're a bald man.
Oh my God. Yes. I can be a James Bond now.
Yeah, I can be James Bond. If I want to be James Bond girl.
Meal Team 6.
Just
that was
like
for
an
the
aging
Gravy
James
Seal.
Bond. He's been pensioner and had a nervous
Hey,
breakdown.
I'm basically Jason Statham. Shut up.
Basically, like the uncanny. Punch for 2, Meal Team 6. That was reference to the Gravy Seals. That was funny. Thank you. Jason, thank you for another Australian 2. I recommend K-drama Bloodhound Season 2. Let's leave that up
think
for a
I've
minute
seen
while
that.
this brew Googles it.
Not heard that.
Yeah, I'm not sure it has an English dub, but I've seen it. I think I've got it on my watch later list, but I don't know why I haven't watched it.
Jeremy the Cyborg for 10. People always call it double standard if a man has multiple partners. They know who both partners are if there is a child. If the woman has multiple partners, no one can be sure of who the father is.
Yeah, that's the evolutionary reason for it. I don't actually think that double standards exist between men and women because they're different with different roles, and so they should be treated differently because they do different things. I think it's very strange when people like double standards about different objects. It's like going, well, you treat a lemon different than an apple. I mean, yes, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a dark joke, Corey. I read ahead. Thank you for being a member for 34 months. My last relationship ended because I didn't open the car door for her. Instead, I swam back to the surface.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Just like that one a little too much.
It's like the very old joke that, look, if I had to choose how I was going to die, then it would be in his sleep like my granddad, not crying and screaming like his passengers.
You knew it.
I'm still shocked.
She's
No, I come from a time
Shocked
where the
and
darkest
bewildered.
joke was the best joke, and now you can't tell them anymore. So I miss the good
I
old
wasn't
days.
ready for that.
It was
This is a
good
Ryan
one.
Kinnell joke, essentially.
yeah.
Well, it
Oh my
used to be,
gosh.
especially British humour, all the darkest jokes that you could possibly come up with. It was all Jimmy Carr and what was?
Chat.
No,
take a
there
drink.
was the other one. It was the
Get
other
it.
one. The other one. The ginger Scottish guy who got banned off Mock the Week. Frankie Boyle. Like, they would just say the worst things possibly imaginable, and they were the best comedians of their time. And now, well, one of them got cancelled because he went. I think he got cancelled for saying that an Olympic athlete looked like she was looking at herself in the back of a spoon, which I think is one of the best insults of all time.
Wow.
If you see her face, you'd agree.
Dark. So dark.
I think she was just angry because it was
Google.
true. I don't know. I'd have to Google what he got cancelled for.
Oh, okay. No worries. It's fine. I'll just imagine her. She looks like
Oh, I can find out who it was. Just have to Google the joke who it was about.
Well,
On an ugly swimmer. Rebecca Adlington. Oh, this is her. She looks like Odo.
Oh, are you sharing it?
I will do.
We'll let him do it. Yeah.
Look, she looks like Odo
geez.
from Deep Space
know,
Nine.
You know, some blondes, and I know she's a fake blonde because you could tell by her roots. They're so washed out by their blonde hairs on their eyebrows and eyelashes.
Definitely her face.
It's definitely just her face.
Yeah. Odo. There just isn't like enough tone there. Like everything looks squashed. It's a very apt description, which is why it was funny. Beautiful on the inside. I'm not sure that David Walliams has exactly given her a good defense there. It's like saying someone looks interesting. Unique.
So this story,
I love when people set people up and they're like, "Oh, you love this person. Are they good looking?"
And they hate each other.
You know, well,
they're really funny.
Yes. Yeah.
So this is my grandma. I'm just kidding. But a 91-year-old woman in Ohio missed police welfare check calls because she was busy trying to beat a video game high score.
Based.
Based. I love that. Exactly. I think that's adorable.
I think, isn't that true for Tetris? There was some woman broke, like, I think it was a Tetris world record. And she's like, I've been playing it since I was like a kid. And
I was talking about this earlier, how my mom is actually a gamer. Like, I remember her telling me, because this was before I was born, but she was playing Super Mario Brothers, and she would get to work just on time because she didn't want to stop playing, and she had like marks on her hands like calluses or something from playing so much in her free time, and she loved it. And then the Donkey Kong 64 Rambi Arena, if you guys remember that, that's where you go around as the rhino, and it's like an extra bonus game. She had the high score on mine. It's the original one that I don't have anymore, unfortunately. But she got the high score. I couldn't beat it. My brother couldn't beat it. My cousins, nobody could beat it. And we're like, why does she like, how did you get this high score? And you know how like guys are, they got so competitive, like, I got to beat her score, and they couldn't. And we're like, what the heck? So Mama Virtue is a gamer girl, confirmed.
Adorable. Yeah. Will you let her play a game against you on stream?
Yeah, I wouldn't show her. I'm not going to put her on.
No. But just to play.
I would. Like, she kicks my butt.
A split screen. It'd be funny to see her beat you.
That'll be the when she's finally here, guys.
This is quite interesting. Especially when it's like a 92-year-old Japanese woman won a Tekken 8 esports tournament.
Impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, well, apparently it's a care esports tournament, so it is for like older women or older people. Beat other competitors, including a 74-year-old in the final.
Wow.
Then there was the Tekken Queen, 73-year-old. Oldest gaming YouTuber born in 1930, at age 1996.
Oh, I've heard about this one.
Olga, 76, Counter-Strike gamer, became popular on Reddit and YouTube for impressive Counter-Strike 2 skills. That's a Twitch shooter.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah. There are a few. I do remember there was like the older woman had a YouTube channel and she got renowned for it, kind of thing. And everyone just liked her because it was like watching your gran just play games. And she'd speak to the chat like they were her grandchildren and stuff. It was like really wholesome kind of things.
That's very wholesome. That's like, have you ever seen Markiplier?
I think she played Skyrim exclusively.
Wow. I know what you're talking about. I have seen that. Have you seen the videos of Markiplier's mom playing Five Nights at Freddy's? It's Mamaplier.
No. Is that adorable? I hope it's adorable.
It is. She gets scared, obviously. She doesn't really play games. She's playing Five Nights at Freddy's and jump scares.
Five Nights is scary, okay?
It is. Just look up Mamaplier or Markiplier. That's what they're called. Mamaplier or Markiplier's mom playing Five Nights at Freddy's. It was like a series for a little while. It was very cute. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? So I don't know how true this is. There's going to be, listen, and I am here for it. I don't blame Nintendo at all for making their money. But This is supposedly going to be one of the next upcoming Mario movies. A Super Smash Brothers movie just might be next on the big screen.
Have you seen the Kotaku title
No, the
linked to
furry
this?
stuff. Go
The
away.
furry one, yeah.
No,
Yes.
no.
I am
Gross.
convinced that Kotaku
gross.
literally is just a parody website now. Because if they take themselves seriously, wow.
They came out with like 2 of the same things back to back by the same journalist. It was like, well, they found out this degeneracy and it got clicks. Let's do my others.
So there was the furry thing about Fox, and there was the bisexual thing about Bowser.
Yes, and they came out like day after
Leon.
each other.
Yeah. I had to learn thanks Vera for that one, and then Disparu learned shortly after what prep was because I didn't know, and then I talked about it on stream. Disparu's like, "What is it?" Oh, like we both had to learn what it was, and that's just
I think I've forgotten. I must have wiped out from my memory.
It's probably better that way, okay? Honestly.
Ian remembers when I played. I ended up getting so mad, like not mad, but like after you're so used to getting scared at Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm like, Chica, just go away, because she just peeks in there, and I'm like, get out of here. It's like, okay, you're on my nerves now. But yeah, Super Smash Brothers movie that could be interesting, but I wonder what route they would go. Like, what kind of storyline would you do for a Smash Brothers movie?
To be fair, Mario didn't really have a story either, so.
Yeah, it'd probably just be different IPs beating each other up, I imagine. Because the thing is, if it works, you're going to repeat it. And I am in the train that, look, you should make everything for your target demographic. And if your target demographic liked the movie, anyone else's comments about it, irrelevant.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
You can go, well, I think it would have been better. It's like, yeah, but you're not... your idea of what improves a movie could distract from what the target audience actually wanted. And so I don't think it's as simple as going, it's a kid's movie versus it's an adult movie. I think it is more pleasing a target demographic than an age range as such. As there's loads of Nintendo fans that were happy with the movie as it was.
I don't agree with... I liked it. I gave the last Mario an 8.5 out of 10, and the first one 10, because I just thought the second one went... Galaxy just was like... They had too many characters and weren't able to really dive too much into it. It should have been like a half hour, 40 minutes longer, in my opinion. But what I don't like when people say, oh, well, this is a kid's movie, like when adults criticize it, and it's like, okay, I understand what you mean, but that doesn't mean that it should be worse. And I'm not saying it's about the Nintendo movie, but just like kids movies in general. When like, well, it's for kids, it should still be quality content, because we grew up with really good kids movies. That had stuff thrown in there for the adults.
Great.
Oh yeah, like the Renaissance era. I always bring that up because man, were we spoiled. The Renaissance era was golden. It was the best one, and that's what a majority of us grew up with, because it was like millennial, even Gen Z, and like we had, good Disney movies. And now
I'm surprised
it's,
they didn't do a Yoshi movie first. Like Yoshi is more renowned than Star Fox. Sorry,
they could.
Star Fox?
Well, no, this is Smash Brothers, so this is basically every IP is up for the gate. So that's just one IP that Nintendo own, and I think there's also like Metal Gear's Solid Snake
Kirby?
is in it.
A lot of people are
Kirby would be bigger.
I think you're right. I think a Yoshi
but it's going to have all
great.
of them. I imagine it's going to be
and you would think they would
everywhere.
Wait, unless they're using this as like a way to introduce even more characters. But I think a Yoshi movie would be great because it's actually Yoshi's mom in the lore. That is the one, like in the Yoshi's Island, and she's carrying baby Mario around. I'm pretty sure that in the lore that's actually Yoshi's mom. So you can actually
Donkey Kong? Why not a Donkey Kong?
Well,
that's
but he can be in it. Like, this is the whole point, that Smash Brothers allow them to basically do like a Marvel Universe style thing, but for tons of IPs.
Yeah, if you look at it that way, actually, like a Marvel Universe thing, they could make it work, and it could be a way to introduce some characters like Kirby that they haven't introduced yet. And there is a Donkey Kong movie that is supposedly in the works. I know they're not going to do this, but I would love it if they would recast Seth Rogen, because Donkey Kong is my favorite Nintendo IP, and I can't stand Seth Rogen. Don't want to hear his voice anymore.
Look, old women need jobs too.
I will die on this hill. I say it all the time. Like, why didn't they cast Patrick Warburton? He's one that played Kronk. You guys know who that is, right? Patrick Warburton. He would have been so much better as Donkey Kong than Seth Rogen. I wish they would recast. They're most likely not going to do it. But yeah,
he's one of the biggest names that
he is in the project.
So,
but yeah, they're working on Donkey Kong. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point they do make an animated Zelda. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go that route first, but because they have all of these animated movies in the works. Yeah, I like live action, but I'm just surprised because given how well the Super Mario, the first one, well, they're both doing well, but like if we're talking about how the first one did,
certain that that's going to be a success that they don't mind spending the extra money, essentially.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
live action has more of a possibility to also get mainstream people who aren't interested in the games involved, whereas animation, I think very few people who aren't interested in Mario will go and see it. But also, to your point earlier about it's a kid, I don't think it's as simple as just going, it's a kid's movie as a defense, because you like it. And so I think it is more a target demographic of Nintendo fans versus others. And the more of a Nintendo fan you are, the more you like it.
Absolutely. And I grew up in a Nintendo household. Like that was the console that I grew up with, Super Nintendo and then Nintendo 64. So big Nintendo family. But that was just like an argument that I was giving towards like anything kids related, right? Like if we critique it, it's like, well, it's for kids. Well, that doesn't mean it needs to be crap. And I didn't think this was crap, but I just mean I'm trying to think of like some like of the Disney movies that's like, well, it's not made for you. Disney used to be family movies, and they threw funny things. And I remember my mom cracking up watching Disney movies with me because they
families, like parents and kids.
Yeah,
that's how you get parents to get involved with their kids. Okay, you have to make cheeky like jokes that
double
kids won't understand.
Yeah,
I love that she said cheeky. Disproves rubbing off on her.
It's probably a Canadian thing at the same time. It's just
an
American term.
Our money has American or not American. I'm so sorry. The queen or the king on it. Okay, we're still what's the word for that? We're still part of the colony.
Commonwealth.
Yeah,
Commonwealth. Yes,
something like that.
Yeah, it's just strangely the one that seems to be the most the most in common is Australia, which is weird considering it's the furthest away. But we share slang and everything.
The youngest, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know when Australia came about. It's from a long time of criminal deportations.
It's the youngest, okay?
Yeah.
The least affected by others, because guess what? We Canadians are super affected by Americans in general, just because of proximity.
Yeah, it's true.
I actually count Australia's creation date from whenever Mozza was born. I think that's when it truly started.
That's when Australia truly started to thrive and exist.
It's Mozza.
I count everything as like BC and B. Oh no, it was like BM and AM before Mozza and after Mozza.
After Mozza.
So what are your guys' thoughts on this? The first look at Punisher: One Last Kill. It's a month from now.
I like the trailer.
The trailer was fine enough.
It's Marvel, so we could probably play it if you wanted to. It's up to you.
Yeah,
Let me find it. Give me a second.
I just doubt it so much is because almost every, if not all, IPs in the last 5-6 years that are male led have been a subversion of the male lead. They're not the character that we have perceived, and it's just I want to see the Punisher, someone who I actually absolutely adore.
I love Punisher.
Get taken down 20 pegs.
Well, he's someone that.
I think there's two possibilities where it can go. So we do live in a time where the people making this. So the reason why people like Punisher is because seeing bad things happen to bad people is cathartic. So if you're a criminal and someone does horrible things to you, that makes good people think, yeah, that's good. I like seeing that. It's a tension release. But now we live in a time where they're like, no, we should rehabilitate people. They shouldn't be punished. They don't know what they're doing. They're just babies and children. And so I'm not sure that someone like Disney and Marvel can make a Punisher character. The exception being if the enemies that he fights are people that Disney hates. And so if he was fighting Trump supporters, I'm sure there's no problem with unleashing him in that kind of regard. The other issue that we have is, despite the action we're about to see in this, with all the other Disney Marvel shows, you see a bit of action and then just long, pondering nonsense. And I don't want to see Punisher complain and cry and get upset. Oh, I don't like hurting people, like we've had with Daredevil.
Oh, they better not do that with him. Frank Castle is not that guy.
Beta character that doesn't like actually hurting people. It's
Punisher's supposed to be able to do that beyond what Daredevil is supposed to do. They're supposed to be two sides of the same coin where one has the moral of killing and one doesn't have the moral of killing. So
yes,
that was why it was so cool to see them together and them fighting on who actually has the better morality between the two of them.
Point.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yeah, because
no, it was like it zoomed in on you. That's what I was coming.
Oh shoot!
That's why I said it's important because we got the dramatic impact.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, you went, this is the thing. And I was like, oh, this is how I know it's important.
My camera knows me so well. I love it.
Actually, you're so right, because that was what was so great about the dynamic between Daredevil and Punisher, because Matthew Murdock is like, no, we're gonna do this the proper way, go through law and order, and Frank's like, law and order don't work, man. We're just gonna kill.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
And I think it's like watching Dexter work within the police department. He's enacting the justice system where the justice can't actually enact itself. So I see the duality and what's attractive about like the Punisher, but I feel like they're gonna change something. I just feel it. I feel it. They're gonna change something.
That was also Daredevil. So Daredevil's a lawyer, and he's going to be in the courtroom where he's like, I know 100% certain that this guy is guilty and he hasn't been punished by the system, so I'm going to go outside the system and punish him properly so that justice is always done.
And that's why he's a loved character, because we see injustice happen every day in real life. So it's like, obviously we can't have vigilantes really going around, but again, this is escapism. It's entertainment.
Well, yeah, and it's cathartic. Seeing justice delivered is always good. But the thing is, you ruin that when you make Daredevil's character, I'm just really upset and I don't want to punch people. It's like, no, I want you to punch people. That's the reason you exist. And so if they're going to have him just depressed and drinking and going, I really don't like my life, that's what'll turn me off the show.
And something with Matt Murdock now, I've only read some of the Daredevil comics. I have some to catch up on, and I plan on deep diving into the Daredevil comics because I do really like the character. Same with Punisher. But Matt Murdock, let's compare him to what we got with the Netflix series, right? And then what they did to him with the Disney series. His personality, he loses his best friend, so he just gives up. No, he's supposed to get angry and want to fight more. So the way Disney handled that was awful. All right, let's watch the trailer.
Hey, Frank. How you doing, brother?
He looks so Wolverine in that.
He does.
Talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
So John Barenthal was a writer and a producer. I didn't know that.
He's already crying.
You think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done?
I do like how we've had him in 2 different shirtless scenes already in this trailer.
Yeah, he had to drink only water
take
for
it all off.
There's a certain audience that I think the trailer is aimed at already.
Yes.
See, you can do both, though, realistically, okay?
Yes.
As long as you don't show below the belt, this isn't The Boys.
Yeah.
Or Peacemaker.
That's all you got?
This is what we want. We want him to lose it.
Wait!
I think it looks really good, but I can't. I know we got.
I think the trailer's great,
but that doesn't mean that it's going to be great. It's in a month.
It just means it was good editing out of maybe 2 minutes of action in 8 episodes, and you could still do the same trailer.
All the action.
This is what. So you never know, and it's one of the issues why losing the benefit of the doubt for the audience is a huge problem. No one can get excited because, like, well, we've seen it before. Even if you make something good,
you've ruined it with all your political BS.
Hopefully,
and I don't want to see politics.
I don't want to see that. That's why these things aren't going to age as well. Like Phase 1 of Marvel will age perfectly fine. 20 years from now, people
watch it over and over again.
Like it, but the stuff like Falcon. In the Winter Soldier, that's not going to age very well because they were putting social and political crap in there that was unnecessary. Otherwise, the show would have actually been good. I love Bucky. He's one of my favorite from the MCU universe. Like, at least he was. I don't love what they've done with the character as Disney, but if we're talking about Phase 1 and Winter Soldier and times, like, yeah, I liked it a lot.
I think it's more because some things that like they're definitely embarrassed by the source material. So we see it with the costumes. They don't want to put in the costumes or lanterns from Green Lanterns because they thought it was through this. The issue with characters like these kind of heroes are you need people that appreciate justice and what justice is and why justice is good. You need somebody that looks at Punisher and goes, "We should do that. Like this is good. This is a hero. It's not an anti-hero. No, actually, punishing crime in the worst way possible is good because what's the saying? It's not leniency, but essentially it's mercy to the guilty is evil to the innocent, or something like that. It is. And that's what this is. You need him to revel in what he's doing and be like, I am the good guy. These people deserve it. And so what I'm doing is a necessary, like, resetting the scales of justice in society. Not him crying, go, "Man, life's miserable. I don't really want to hurt anyone." I don't want to see a trailer opening with him in tears. Like, he should just be based. And I'm not sure people like that exist in Hollywood to hire. Because they'd probably get yeeted.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we will remain cautiously optimistic about it because Distro has a good point. They may have just given us 2 minutes of some good fight scenes to pull us in, and then it's going to just be more of the same crap that we've been getting. But you know what? I'll stay cautiously optimistic until I'm proven otherwise. We'll see.
I did like the trailer.
I did. I liked the trailer.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it lives up to that minimal expectation that I have.
If it's like the trailer and they're not ashamed of the Punisher, I think it'd be good.
We'll see. Yeah. Ian, thanks for the 50 pounds. Going to bed. Can't believe Distro said doo-doo. Haha.
Twice.
Twice.
I didn't even notice the first time.
I was like, you said doo-doo. And he was like, it's the proper way to say it. Proper English. Gary Thomas, thank you for the 5. Disbrew, he can't possibly get more women. Me, how quickly we forget about, what?
Hirotada Otatake.
Thank you. Who was up to his nose in female admiration.
Look, rich men with high status can get women. The thing is, I think the reason why he got his wife is probably why she also doesn't care if he gets more. Like, to her, if it's a job for resources, it's like a day off. So she's like, yeah, someone else can take.
Jose, thanks for the 199. Please watch Legend with Tom Cruise as basically Zelda. I have added it to the list. I like a lot of Tom Cruise.
I only know Legend with Sean Bean.
I Am Legend with Will Smith. I know it's not the same.
1985. We're going back a bit there.
SCDB, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Punisher is supposed to be like Wolverine. He's the one who will take action, others won't. DD and Punisher both, Daredevil and Punisher both struggle with loving the violence. Yeah, that's a fair point.
They shouldn't be in tears about it, and they like the reinforcing message throughout it should be, no, this is necessary, and I'm doing this not because I enjoy it. It's like, well, you maybe enjoy it, but you also, somebody needs to do this. That you are the force that the world needs, and so you should always be satisfied by doing it. Whereas a lot of the time they take it the other way and they're like, no, I'm really upset and depressed by it. It's like, no, the edge is. So this was in Wheel of Time as well, where he's there with, I think it's Egwene, and there's other people coming, and they're hunting for them, and they're in a bush and they're hiding, and he knows what those men are going to do to her if they catch her. So he's like, if they find us, I'm going to kill her, because that is more merciful to my friend than letting those men do what they're going to do to her.
Movie set from?
It's from Wheel of Time. It's in the original books.
Okay.
That's like, it's a scary moment, and it changes his entire character because he realizes what he, as a man, he's capable of. Even though he was going to do it out of mercy, he was still willing to take on that burden, and that's the kind of thing you need for Punisher. Whereas instead, they're like, no, I'm depressed and miserable because I realize that masculinity is wrong. No, it's more about the burden that you are willing to take on for the rest of society. That you will destroy yours. You will destroy yourself for the good of other people.
Well, it's like the idea that to save millions, you have to kill one person. Are you willing to do that, or are you willing to kill the millions by inaction?
And you need the people which are willing to make the hard choices. Now, you don't want them to enjoy it, and it is correct that you should struggle with that, because there's a sense of power that comes with it, but you want the people that struggle with it but still realize it's necessary.
Yes.
It was a Star Trek quote. You know what I'm saying.
This is a very good point. The Netflix scenes with Matt
the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Ironically, In real Star Trek, they've been doing it the other way around. It's like, because otherwise, the Klingon would be getting with a woman because he needs to repopulate his species, and he would be putting his needs aside.
Yeah. And same thing with the guy Mary. Like, he did literally everything to save his like world. He was gonna be a king, so to speak, lead his people. He was willing to give up his education to do the right thing. And what happened? Yeah. Oh, I don't need you. You wanted to go to school, so just go. I'll lead by myself. It's fine.
I still think that the Klingon basically said his weaknesses to the Queen, and the Queen used that to manipulate him, to blame him for leaving so that she could get with the other woman. I was really surprised the show didn't go there, and I still don't know whether I made it up, but it would have been a way better episode.
I don't know if I made it up.
Evil Queen? Well, okay.
Because everyone's gay in that show anyway, so I'm like, I don't know whether they just think that those kind of flirting signals are normal. Or
I
what?
think,
But
I think they wanted to keep that an open dialogue in case they wanted to do a spin-off in the future. I mean, that's just me. And
oh, that's interesting. Yeah, if there's a second season.
Yeah, and to have the storyline is very modern, because it's the idea that everyone gets what they want and no one's punished in terms of their selfish need, but the steps they take, it's not for the long term, so to speak, because that culture never experienced a single ruler. It was always a couple.
Yes. And there's always the other side of the coin kind of restricting what you're doing. And so, like, a good writer would have set it up so it was a bit more obvious, and then they would have revisited the planet later and probably shown the consequences of what happened. But I don't think in this, like, now you'll go back, it'd be like some paradise. Well, but it's also the fact that those writers are never going to make her getting with that woman like a negative story. They're never going to show consequences of it. And so it's like, no, it turns out that menfolk were actually all just dragging it down, and if only we'd done this earlier. Now we've made a new tradition. And when you make stories predictable like that, you're not exploring anything. You're just, it's essentially preaching.
Literally, that episode is a nothing burger. They should have just like gotten rid of it. Who cares?
To them, I think it was the romance of, great, now we can get with the Klingon again. I think that was their main. It was like the romance storyline.
They literally, you look cold here. Wear my jacket.
Take my moist scales.
I came back to moist scales. Great.
It was better than damp. I had to choose a word. I wasn't sure which.
Wicked. There's going to be an auction of Starfleet Academy paraphernalia. I'm going to buy some stuff.
Are you?
Well, okay. Gary has made it obvious what he wants. So when it goes live, I might be on a phone call with him to buy whatever he wants. Because apparently they want to prioritize people with Ontario addresses on their license.
Not prioritize, it's exclusive.
Really?
They only accept credit cards with an Ontario address. It's a local online auction.
I will be getting a comm badge, a skirt, his skirt that he wears. And then what was the last one? Something about a throne of sorts. I don't know.
Oh, probably the captain's chair. I imagine that'll probably go for the most, though.
That will probably be really expensive. I probably... Gary might want to afford it, but I'm not going to want to afford it. Can you imagine? I'm going across the border. Though. This is a gift for my friend.
Yeah, with a chair.
I'm going to put it...
Well, here, I should have pulled this up while you guys were talking about it.
I'm not sure this fits in the overhead locker.
I've thought about it because I'm bringing Snorlax. I'm moving him, but Snorlax takes the entirety of my back seat. So
yeah,
I was like, I might have to put his head out the window.
Remember?
Can you imagine?
Well, what was it? Oh, it was a Jigglypuff, right? The sleeping Jigglypuff. When we went to Buc-ee's and there was some little kid just like staring in the back of your car because you had the big sleeping Jigglypuff back there.
He was so cute though.
Yeah.
The name always has different connotations.
I want that
over
Jigglypuff.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
especially that statement does.
So I know nothing about this, but this Rue put it in the chat. Star Trek actor promises Starfleet Academy season 2 is gay AF after cancellation and backlash.
That title in itself is just hilarious because it's like, why do you want to promote your show as gay when you are not a majority of the population?
It's
Not
like, you know what?
3%.
We got canceled, and I'm gonna stick it to you.
Well, it's different
By
actually because
doing
it's
what
split
you
in half. So it's actually 1.5% of the population are the only people that like this. Because of course, women, like 2 women, wouldn't be interested in watching him. And now, so this comes from when it was originally cancelled. They all gave their sort of video comments. Well, he posted his video with that. It's essentially, yeah, it's getting cancelled, but don't worry, we're doubling down for season 2. Everything we've seen so far gets worse in season 2, according to the very actors themselves. And also, Karim Dayan, which I love he's called Dayan. I think, like, if you're going to be a gay guy, Dayan was the right name for
That
it.
perfect last name.
But he's getting a comic all about his Klingon, and can you guess what it's about?
Putting it in Darum's butt.
Well, yeah, it's about fighting for gay rights 1,000 years into the future.
But the thing is, like,
That's so
Klingons
stupid.
could have gay thruples or whatever.
They wouldn't be doing that. They
shouldn't
so
be.
the show said they're on the edge of extinction. Well, I can understand why.
If you were gay
You know,
and you were going extinct, why would you want to be gay? Well, I mean, you could
Yeah,
still be gay, but just populate the earth or whatever.
yeah, that's the whole point. You couldn't be, right? So the storyline that it would be in Star Trek if you wanted to do that scenario would be, I know that I need to sacrifice this, and look, love, we're just going to have to do it even though I won't want to. And that would be the entire thing. It's my duty to repopulate things despite not wanting to. Yeah. But he's getting a comic which he is writing. And like, he's not a writer. He happens to be gay. And so, like, well, that's all the qualifications we need. We don't need to know whether you can abstract or whether you can even imagine what it's like to be a Klingon. Just write from your own life experience. So he's just going to be writing, like, going around the local clubs or something. It's just, all of this stuff is, well, your personal experience is all you need. You don't need talent.
No, you need to understand the IP. Personal experience has nothing to do with Star Trek, okay? At least his personal experience. Maybe the original writer had personal experience and was into sci-fi and into space and thought about, like, the little repercussions that they don't even think about in this show.
Which Star Trek was always, like, ideas based. But with him, there's no ideas there. That identity is the only reason this character exists, to undermine Klingons and to be like, look, he gets with every man, he's not fussy. And so when he didn't have that, he wasn't in the show. If that wasn't part of the story, they just yeeted him out of existence and they didn't have to put makeup on him. So I'm not surprised that his entire comic is revolving around that as well. And he thinks it's amazing because that's the only reason he gets work. This guy wouldn't be employed as an actor otherwise. He's not good at it. And so to him, he's just preaching the only thing that gets him jobs.
You know how they did the Shakespeare episode where they did the live play? They should do one with Harry Potter and he plays Black Snape. I think that would be the perfect episode. The duality.
The duality.
Of Black Snape and a Klingon. I have no idea. Anyways, I'm just completely BSing right now. But he kind of does look like Black Snape in this moment.
Can't tell them apart. But it is a case of there's a lot in between the kind of things that you would think your entire show got cancelled after one season. It was utterly despised, and you've learned nothing. You don't care. You don't care that you destroyed it. You're not apologizing. All you're doing is doubling down on the thing. Because you think you will always get more work because of your identity. You don't think you need an audience. You don't think you need fans. You don't think you need more than 1.5% of Earth.
But that's a huge problem. It's like the idea of, like, the girl boss is just realizing you're amazing. No, you don't have a good story just being amazing. You need to overcome something that people can relate to. That's why I love, like, K-pop Demon Hunters. You can use whatever parallel you want for that, whether it be gay, trans, overcoming just, like, being like, I'm trying to think of something for myself besides, like, DEI stuff. But just, like, getting good grades, I don't know, and, like, overcoming that fear and being okay with it, using my friends and family as people to lean on.
Being
People can
comfortable in
relate
your
to
own
that.
skin.
Yeah.
Demon invasions.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But, like, that's something that, like, kids and adults can relate with. No one can relate to being gay AF in a TV show?
Gay AF. Yeah. No, seriously, this is so stupid. It's like they know that this didn't work out and that was part of the reason. So he was like, just so you know, haters, it's going to be even gayer. Like, okay, cool. Good for you. That's why your show got canceled, dummy.
Average of 40,000 people an episode, and you think with 40,000 people you can still get rid of more. It is astonishing. But it's because actors no longer have consequences for their actions. Before, it used to be if you ruined a show, you wouldn't get more work. And so there was always an impetus that you need to be good. You always need to be good in your current role because your next one exists only because of it. And now he's just like, no, DEI will get me into the next one. I don't care. It doesn't matter how many millions of things I'm costing these shows. They're not going to fire me, not with my identity. Same with Robert Picardo.
Times are changing.
Attacked fans all the time, and 40,000 people he thought he could still scare more off. Also, even now, Easter, he came out on Easter and started crapping on Starfleet Academy people. And he was like, on Easter, I think you should be known. I thank the real Star Trek fans, whereas the rest of them, you can just leave.
Yeah. Didn't he say something about like this negativity on this site? I might just quit.
You can't take it. Are you serious? Like
he did it all the time.
He
was like, I am blocking the stupefyingly stupid, and he's just like got a thesaurus out and thought he was smart.
He's like, you are a big doo doo dum dum.
He said doo doo too.
I don't know whether I posted it, but did you see the Invincible voice actress? Did I post that?
Which one? No, I didn't. Yeah, I don't think you did, or I missed it.
I probably have a tab open.
I'm actually caught up on that.
I'll be right back.
Well, it's the Invincible voice actress for the gender swap. So I think it was in episode 5 or something.
Of this season?
The one in the suit in the comic is a man.
Yeah, yes.
But then the voice actress came out about it. I have to try and find the tab.
No worries.
Oh, here we go. Now she starts.
Yes.
Within seconds, you know where this is going to go. That's it. And already, she says like 6 words. I'd already fire and recast her. But you just can't do this.
They need to real quick before we get here. Well, after this,
you can
actually.
probably wait for it to get back.
Well, yeah, we can wait for it.
Whatever. If you had another topic as well.
Well, I was just gonna say real quick, like on this topic, the voice actors for whoever that character was in, oh my gosh, what's that first person shooter? Overwatch, the one that would like wanted the character to be made uglier, and they were like, it seemed like they bent the knee, and then they just made her like slightly more attractive, added the little additions. Like it's kind of hard to tell, but they did that, and I'm like, that's actually pretty based of them to do that, because who is she to just?
Well,
like,
they made her a bit more like angry. Is the way?
I mean, they definitely like they added a couple things that like it definitely did not make her look like jumpy or uglier or anything.
Well, so that character originally comes from a comic, an Overwatch comic, and she looks nothing like the comic. And people thought, well, because the original complaint was she doesn't look like the comic, but in the comic she's just ugly.
Yeah, they made her look better, which is what you should do. People want to play as hot girls. But I just think it's so funny that they went that route, because we're sitting there reading it and like Blizzard was like, oh, we hear you. And it's like, who are you? You're just a voice actress. They can replace you like that. Like, so you're going to come out and you're going to come at them. So I feel like that was sticking it to her, and now she feels stupid. She even went on a blocking spree. Like Vera made a video about her, did not interact with her at all on X, but she still got blocked by her because she made the video about it.
She's always been that way, even when she was, so she's an Overwatch streamer. And when she was playing Overwatch, she's always been like an ideological lunatic. She is the reason, like she has the side shave, and it's apt.
For a
it's
reason.
Like, I have it to signal what I am, kind of thing. So hiring her as a voice actress, you should have known you were in for trouble if you knew, and they obviously did, but they probably agreed with her. I do wonder, though, how much they would have changed the character if there wasn't the backlash. So this wasn't like the voice actor came out, they virtue signaled at the voice actress, and then people attacked them back, and they realized, oh, there's actually 2 sides to this argument. I do think they were probably going to go more towards the comic. And I think the uglier that character is... So the voice actress I did see posted under the announcement, this is great, I love it. And you're like, well, they didn't change it that much. Because
they probably talked to her, they were like, if you want to keep your job, shut up.
one of the
Fall
things that she
line.
complained about in her original video is, why do we have to have the tiny noses, the almost invisible nose, the cute nose? Why does that nose have to exist? Well, that's because in the comic, she's got a massive honker that could probably knock down walls, but they didn't change the character to be that. So the voice actress didn't get what she asked for. She shouldn't have been happy about it. And yet came and said, oh, I love this. It's an amazing change. Like...
That's what I mean. Like, they probably said something to her, like, listen, we can replace you very easily. So go against us again and you're fired. So she's like, well, I actually love the changes with her. I remember she made like really weird, like facial expressions and does that creepy whisper that they do to make it seem like they're not a threat. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah,
like
they take the bass out of their voice and they'll sort like this. Even Pokimane does this. She has a thing where she raises her voice slightly to appear more feminine and takes all the bass out. And I think this is why my cookie company went under, and actually it had nothing to do with what I was doing. Like, you don't talk like that normally. What do you mean?
No.
But there's a few people do that. They try and appear a bit more innocent so that people feel they're more vulnerable and they don't want to say what they mean. But I think it's probably more because she doesn't... I think it's her saving face. She didn't want to appear like she lost to the audience. And so she would, whatever it was, oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad you listened to me. Rather than going,
I was in there helping them with the changes. What do you mean?
Well, she said she designed the character. It's like really an integral part of the creation. Then at the end, got miserable about it. It's common sense. The voice actress should not be involved in the creation of a character.
No, not at all. Just shut up.
How much talent is it really to be able to speak? I don't know what they've got to do with character creation.
I know. And the whisper thing is so creepy. I prefer people to yell at me like this, Peru. I'll listen more if you yell at me.
Like ASMR?
At least you know they're being,
like when they're trying
at least
to
you know
seem
they're
like
being honest.
they're non-threatening and they remove the bass in their voice. You know what I mean? When they're trying to like apologize or talk about something.
Oh,
like,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Pokimane does it. She has this normal projection.
Oh,
you
Pokimane is the worst.
But then she talks like this, and when I run a cookie company, I just don't know why there's all this money going out to the cookie company. There's some things you can't get away with. It's just it's trying to appear vulnerable.
Of dollars in other ways. I'm so sorry.
So we're waiting for you.
I think we need to eat the rich.
Oh, hold on.
Aren't you the rich? No, the richer than me.
Like Elon Musk rich.
Yeah.
What's this?
So this is.
Wait.
Hold on.
So this is.
Yeah. Let me read it first.
So go back to the because within seconds she's already hitting every train that she can.
Storyboard. Go ahead.
So this is the voice actress for Tech Jacket, but in the comics, Tech Jacket is a man.
Yeah.
So they've gender swapped her.
Which
and so obviously,
with voice actors or actresses, right?
Well, the thing is,
no, because they've changed the character. It was a man in the comic, whereas now obviously
okay, sorry.
So they've entirely gender swapped her now.
Because Ashley is voiced by a woman, isn't?
You have to remember this is called Invincible, right? So all of the characters in Invincible exist only for Invincible. It's to tell his story.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to gender swap a character as a side piece, you're going to assume that's going to play into the story somehow. There must be a reason why you've changed from male to female. She doesn't like that.
Yeah, well, I think they made her a female because in the comics, his brother, I think it's his brother. Somebody dates. I can't remember because I've only been told about the comics and read things. I haven't actually read the comics, so forgive me if I'm incorrect. But I think they're gonna change it to where somebody dates her.
No.
They're removing a character.
We should listen because that'll come in handy later.
Okay. All right. Let's listen.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The Invincible fandom is like wildly sexist.
Like that's how we're starting.
Wait, what?
The Invincible fandom
wildly sexist.
Wildly sexist.
Wow.
Like we are seconds in, and already she's pissed off the entire
First three
audience.
Words.
Like
yeah.
I would get ready to pause a lot because this is very.
Every few words she says something stupid. Got it.
She doubles down on everything repeatedly.
It was going to be a reaction to Zoe. I knew it was going to happen, but I think the thing that's annoying me is seeing so many comments that are like, "Oh, I'm fine with it because she's obviously there to be a love interest for Oliver."
Yeah, that's and why are you mad about that? That's probably what they're going to do because the reason they're doing that is to like condense the comics a bit, right? Because sometimes you can't have it just as long.
They're not going to do that because she would. Well, why would she be? She's done the voice acting. She knows the story.
Oh,
so why would she get angry that you think it's going to be a romance if it actually is?
It's so stupid that she'd get angry about it either way, though. Like,
well, it's
You're
also
not the
she's
character. Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think she does actually think she is, I'm pretty sure. I don't think she can separate herself from the character. Like, she doesn't think of herself as a product. But she says, I knew there was going to be a reaction. Of course, you're changing the source material. And a reaction is perfectly justified.
Yeah, people, that's what people do. They try to justify changes to make the story make sense.
Or she's obviously there to serve the interest of other male characters in the show.
Otherwise, why do it?
Yeah.
Like, this is the point. Obviously, you're changing the character for a reason. If you're not changing the character for a reason, that's even worse, because it means you're now doing it just because, essentially, as she said, you're sexist. That would be the only reason. So you would hope that the changing the gender did affect the story in some way.
Ian, Disru's soft voice will tuck you in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
I really hope that he didn't have, like, the screen on, and he just thought that was me.
Oh, don't pretend like it wasn't you.
With that face that the girl has too, it's so.
Oh, this gets so good. There's a pause in this where I just pissed myself.
Gosh,
it's amazing.
Great.
Women are autonomous beings that can do things for their own reasons that don't actually have to involve men. And when you are writing a story, your characters, regardless of gender, should be there to service the plot as a whole.
And sometimes the plot, the whole, like you said earlier, the plot of this movie is about, or this show is about a man, Invincible.
But like, even
exactly, she's entirely misunderstood the point. It's like, no, this character does only exist for the purpose of a man, because it's about Invincible. All of the side characters in this only exist to push his story forwards. You are not a person, because she's like, women can do things, like women can do their own actions.
Do things.
No, she genuinely says that. That's a.
No,
she does, but she talks like,
I can make a mean sandwich.
Done.
I can make sandwiches and do the dishes fantastically, better than men.
She can exist in this for herself. No, she can't. She's a side character. She doesn't matter. You don't matter. This is a product for Invincible.
And by highlighting this, aren't you just making the plot more apparent at this point?
Yeah, she's probably going to get replaced, and she deserves to be. Like, the thing is, these people think that they're irreplaceable, right? Like, well, I'm a woman, so I'm safe, but girl, you're going to be out of here. Like, and especially in these times, people are getting fed up of it, and companies are getting rid of people, like, for saying, just speaking up like this. It's like it's not that she's speaking against the people she works for, but you're speaking against the fandom, which is the people that watch the show. And if they stop watching the show because they don't like you, guess what? And Invincible is a good example of this, because Amber, his girlfriend in season 1, was insufferable. Everyone hated her.
And they changed her.
They changed her. They did a 180 and they made her likable. And they made her much better. Yeah. So if this girl thinks that she's safe, if she's going to come at the fandom, goodbye.
But just look at her expression. Face like a slapped arse.
Does not care.
This is a woman that's been miserable her entire life.
Yes.
So her being there doesn't mean that she is going to be a romantic interest or a sister or a mother.
Okay, so that
a sister or mother, a lesbian already?
Well, she's just listed basically the 3 primary roles of women. And so she's like, no, there's no point in changing her gender. If she's not going to be anything which is integral to being a woman that only a woman can do, then you could have just kept it as the man. And this is the entire problem. She's essentially saying we changed it for no reason except because we wanted a woman there.
Here, hold on. Just rule like this one.
Egg-shaped bint, yeah. There's a reason you don't put your hair back.
She also has boob armor. I'm okay with boob armor as long as it looks cute.
Shocking for you Invincible fans, because
this is good.
It's like a really big exclusive headline, but women are people.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so profound. I had no idea.
She's deep. She probably went to college, guys.
She said, I know it's going to be big for you Invincible fans. Like, this is the entire fandom. She sees all of the entire Invincible fans as, do you realize women are people now? And it's like,
I didn't know that
you should be instantly fired. This should never have got on your social media feed. You need somebody to check your social media feed. You can't post this kind of stuff. This should be career ending.
Are you telling me that I exist in the world now? X-ray. We could drive and we don't have to make pies only anymore. That's cool.
Oh, I don't know how to make
Although
a pie.
it would be better.
I'm so sorry. I know how to make, what is it called? Is it a mud pie? Is that the thing that cows make?
Cow pie.
Cow pie? I don't remember. Sorry.
I think it's a cow pie. A cow pat, I don't know.
I'm sure I could make a cow pie if I really tried.
I have faith in you. You are a person after all.
It might be a mud pie and a cow pat. I think it is.
Is it? I don't know.
Wait,
I've never really touched one.
Don't worry.
I don't want to.
Go back to her last statement because this is the pause. Go to wherever she last spoke.
Oh, it's a cow
I want everyone
pie.
because this is the second pause, but she does it multiple times. When she thinks she's about to be deep, there's a huge pause just so you can take in the
forehead.
Impressive nature of what it is.
She's prepping her forehead for all the information she's going to spill.
We just need to wait for her dramatic effect.
Wait for it, chat.
Women are people.
Wow.
She really did a thing.
Women are people. And don't just exist for men. And that's something I think you guys need to learn because holy shit. These comments ain't it, bro.
Okay, so I think we missed it. At some point in there, she does go, women can do things now. It's like she actually says the line.
It's a very boys line. Women get things done.
I think
Did
it's
you
just
know
before
that?
this.
Did you know? I people who talk like this are so insufferable to me when they're like, "Oh, if you have a friend whose politics are like this, we can't associate because you associate with this." It's almost the exact same vein where it's just like, how are you supposed to make any friends or acquaintances in this world if all you base it on are these types of values?
Oh yeah, so it's
Where is it?
I just saw it and I missed it. Love Letter of Oliver, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, so start at 22 seconds. Just for the pause.
There
I'll do 20.
Oh, that face.
It's another
male
pause.
characters in the show.
Yeah, oh yeah, we already stopped on this one.
Yeah, but what do we let's go back to when she speaks and we just have the pause. Like this is her first big point. Paused it.
You want me to keep
It's gonna
going?
be an infinite pause. You stop playing.
Women are autonomous beings that can do things.
Women?
See, women are autonomous beings that can do things. Women can do things now.
Yeah, that pause was like, is that why someone in the chat asked if she was autistic? Because
I've clipped that out because I'm like, if you think that gender doesn't affect anything, then just imagine that I did that, and it's just like
this proves
women, and then every single person will be like, wait, what's he about to say now? Obviously, gender affects how you change and how people are going to interpret it.
In your next review, be like men.
No, I'm going to start it with just women. But I can't believe she insulted the entire Invincible fan base.
Yeah.
Things that Invincible fan base need to realize is that women are people now and can do things and stuff.
Now, we haven't been for a very long time, but now, as of 2026, we are officially people.
But the thing that gets me is, no,
Go,
you're
girls.
not, because this isn't a woman. This is a piece of ink. She only exists for a story purpose. She's a product. She's not a person. She's not a woman. She actually isn't a thing at all. And I think she can't separate herself from the character. So she thinks people are talking about her. It's like, no, that character exists for a reason. If it's not for a reason, it should have been the man. And so unless she's going to be like some female archetype, just have the man do it, like it was in the source material.
But Disbrew, she's the first woman to ever exist in a movie because guess what? Women can do things now.
I tell you what, if that was the first woman to exist in a movie, then they wouldn't have any more. They would have learned a lesson at one.
Wouldn't have any more. Women be peopling now.
Like, they were like, look, that was an experiment. It went horribly wrong. We're not doing that again.
I think after that slop, we have to at least end on a...
Can we end on a positive?
Yeah, I think this is funny. This could just be... It's not just because it's Leon. This guy has some, like, he's funny. I like this creator. This was cracking me up. I spent... I'm ashamed to it, but I spent a good 15 minutes watching like his silly videos like this. But he puts himself in like video games and stuff, and it's just really funny.
Oh no.
Leon, you gotta stay focused. You gotta lock in, man. Like he almost yoked you up. We didn't go through Raccoon City training for no reason. Come on, man, lock in.
Lock it in, yeah.
It's a funny one where he's like, Leon says did everyone go to bingo? It was in Resident Evil 4, and he's like, man, that made me mad for real. That wasn't even funny, Leon. Like he's just like little things like that. It's so funny for real. It's funny. Lock in, yo. Yeah. Yeah, that was silly. Oh wait, this one. Hold on, one more.
I mean, she says it's not because it's Leon, but it is always Leon.
Always. You know what? As a Leon fan, I want to get a statue.
There really not that many good ones, and they're kind of equipped. But I have some. I got this one. It's from a third-party seller, though. But
I don't want the one of him strapped in to the chair because there's one where.
Oh, I don't want that one. I saw that. It's kind of weird.
I'd rather sexualized.
Oops, I knocked off Yoshi's hat. Hold on.
But there was one of him riding a motorcycle I saw. Like the scene where he's like killing the dogs.
Yeah.
That was cool. I don't know what I would want, but I need a Stellar Blade statue and a Leon statue at some point in my life.
I mean, Stellar Blade, they've got to be like spoiled for choice of which costume they want to choose for that one.
I just want a very basic one. I'll take
like the default. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this I thought was funny. It says Jakey orders $160 worth of pizza.
Damn, like that's a lot of money? No. Well, I need you to understand that you cannot just do things like this without asking mommy. Do you hear me?
Why she chose it.
160 worth of pizza is ridiculous. Oh my god.
Please.
Look at him. He's happy for his food.
No, you can't allow him to eat it. Like, he won't learn a lesson if he gets to eat it. Everyone else in that house should eat it and not him.
Oh, you see the comment? You finna run 160 miles, boy.
Finna.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. He's autonomous as well, yes.
Yes. All right.
He's found out he can do things now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, since we're winding down, let me know what you guys have going on. Let's start with X-Ray. What are you doing this week?
Tomorrow I'm going to be on Nerdrotic. Well, actually, it's going to be on the main channel with AJ from the Y-Files for Forbidden Frontier at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. This next week, I actually have furniture to build. Yay! So I have 2 shelves, and I have my Calyx shelf from IKEA.
How do you build a shelf?
With the screwdriver?
Isn't it just like a bit of wood? Like, surely mounting the shelf would be the difficult.
You say that, but I actually almost cried and gave up on building a dumbbell shelf for my Bowflex dumbbells. Because they gave me instructions and gave me 2 possible options on how to build it, and I don't like options, and I chose the wrong option.
Just give me straight directions because I'm the same. I gotcha.
I'm really confused. Yeah, there's 2 options for it. It's like, surely you designed it to be built a certain way.
I think one had the media shelf and one didn't. So, and yes, guys, this week is my birthday on Thursday.
Yes.
So I'm sure I'm going to do something for my birthday. Maybe I'll do the shelf building on Thursday, but I really want to get it early. Because I really don't want to, because I spent the last week just tirelessly cleaning and building things and organizing. And I still have to do a lot of that this next few weeks, but I need the shelves to actually clean and organize. So we'll see. Maybe I'll show you guys my space. So yeah, there we go. Extra girl everywhere.
Yes. Extra girl's birthday. We'll celebrate her birthday next week on Saucy because it'll be 2 days after.
Hell yeah.
And
with
Disparu.
a shelf. You see a new shelf behind
we're all
her.
building
It's like, that's where I spend the day.
This will be my Saucy background. I might get a green screen to green screen this. It's a blue screen right now. Well, it's a blue wall.
Because it's so like tonally the same, you probably could actually blue screen the background as it is.
See. Okay, while you're talking, Disparu.
Yeah, while you tell, what do you have coming up?
Mine's like a collection of things about Hollywood, because there's been a lot of articles recently about how everyone is firing people. Disney's firing people. Paramount are going out with this.
Yeah.
Disney are losing 1,000 people. CEO comes in, first thing he does, fire 1,000 people, which is kind of is a great way to say hello.
I was saying you think that's base, don't you? I mean,
so,
Disney,
yeah, I mean, at that point,
for Disney isn't really a lot though when you look at the amount of employees they actually have. But this is only a start.
And it depends,
Loading out his back.
It depends kind of the what departments they're in. So if you're limited it to a few things, that actually works quite well for just paint.
It's my old office, so this is amazing. There we go.
There you go.
The shelf still exists here.
Yeah, it's not blue. So yeah, it's going to be that and why and how Hollywood never learns anything, because it's going to include the Invincible woman. At the same time that you're destroying your industry and losing jobs everywhere, you still think you can insult everybody.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. Look out for it. I actually have a busy week. You're going to see me in a lot of stuff this coming week. Tomorrow on my Patreon at noon, I have a watch party. We're going to be watching Hook, so look out for that. And then Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be on Kata's show. New Blackstreet. So that'll be. You say good luck. Everyone say that to me.
No, have you seen it? Just
a little bit. I know. I've seen some. I'll be fine. I can handle it. And then Tuesday I'll be doing some more Resident Evil 2. Wednesday my show with Vera, and yeah, so busy week. And next week on Saucy we will celebrate X-Ray's birthday. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna send you guys over to Jay. He's playing Fortnite, I think, with Mo. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, actually, they're really tight. They're super tight. There she is. Oh, she translated
for Gary's
That
background.
is a blast from the past right there.
Yeah, this is his old background. So.
Oh. Well, we will see you guys next week. Happy early birthday to X-Ray, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.